Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am Brett Chang. Yes.
Nice.
I am Brandon, white guy, karate, mayo.
And I'm Matthew Lucky Costello.
Ooh, nice.
You out here betting on Asian lives or simple people lives?
It's an
And
honest living.
There's nothing lucky about that man.
It's ironic.
I mean, I
Sorry,
guess
Brett,
it's
the
lucky that
movie.
you found a full-fledged fucking mentally handicapped person to
can I
fight.
can I just do something real fast, if you wouldn't mind? And last night we watched The Cage.
No, it's not The Cage. It's just
Oh,
Cage.
wow,
The
you
Cage
already-
makes perfect fucking sense. Movie's
It's
called
just
just
Cage. Like,
It's just
Cage.
Cage.
You just went caged on that
You
intro.
just cage it.
You biffed it.
And last
Yeah,
night we
you just
watched
get caged.
Cage.
Normal broadcasting will be discontinued for an indefinite period.
Thanks for warning.
They walk among us.
Now they're watching us too, huh?
I saw someone. Here, I swear to God, I saw it.
I'll make it easy for you. A remarkable first attempt.
That's what this film is all
Yeah,
about.
so I had this. I was telling Brandon this earlier. I had this movie in my notes from forever ago, but I put The Cage. So every time I looked it up, I couldn't figure out what the hell, because I didn't put any notes. I just put movie The Cage. And then finally one day I was going through IMDb or something again, and someone was like, "It's Simple Jack, but serious." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's that film!" Like, I found it.
That is the best summary of it. But no, it's Simple Jack mixed with Tropic Thunder, mixed with Bloodsport.
But it doesn't
Because
know
it's
it's
almost
Tropic
like
Thunder.
the Vietnam thing is Tropic Thunder. And
We-
then they're like, what? Let's cut over to Simple Jack real quick.
I'm gonna message Ben Stiller right now and see if he's seen this film.
You're missing
Yeah.
the Army veteran
I
presence.
dare you to
of
have your
Vietnam.
lawyers come after me, Matt.
So it's got that hard target where we're putting suffering people against each other kind of thing.
Oh,
or-
the exploitation of Vietnam vets.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole point of this movie,
Slash
honestly.
handicapped.
See,
Yeah,
whatever someone thought was the point of this movie, it got lost in the sauce, and they definitely
Yeah,
had fun
Like
with it.
Henry, like Book of Henry.
Like,
This is what I was
we
saying
need to
earlier.
talk about vets. We need to talk about people that might be mentally challenged, and then
No,
someone's in the
see,
corner
no.
like, we should make them fight to the death, and they're like, that's not what we were doing. That's not what we were
Guys,
doing. It's
there's
like,
this
all right.
cool thing.
Also,
It's called bum fight. But now if we did vet fights,
vets. Intelligence level does not matter. We'll take it.
he took a
I
direct
also wanna
straw
bring out-
shot to the brain.
That this film is the greatest piece of anti-immigration I've ever seen, like propaganda I've ever seen. Because all the bad guys in this film are just
Lou Ferrigno
different
should be-
ethnic crime families that are fighting each other.
yeah.
Are-
What's the good Amer-
I mean, if we dig deep on this, then what's it say about white people, though? 'Cause
I mean, we're the heroes that kills the ethnic minorities in the film. So,
we
I
took
mean, I
a
don't
fucking
know.
mentally handicapped person and set him up as a weapon.
Look, we come out on
Can't
top
make
at the
that
end.
choice, but I can.
And we take their money. So, you know.
Yeah, it's not like fucking Billy's gonna be like, "Where's my share?" And they're like, "Nah, Billy, that's not how this game is played."
Oh, Billy. No.
Actually,
I
I
own
didn't
the
really
bar.
understand how the game was played. Do they get money for competing, or was it all bet driven?
I am still so confused.
I mean,
on
it
that.
was just illegal UFC fighting, but like with less understanding of business in the UFC. Like, I mean, also, we
But
find
the
out there's an East Coast champ at one
practicality
point.
of wrestling. They're just doing cage fights from wrestling throughout this.
Hell in a Cell all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, everything
even
looks
we-
extremely fake. The hits are like the slaps in wrestling.
Wow, you are going down a dark path, Brett. We're not talking bad about wrestling right now. We're talking
Are we
about,
talking about Chris
Cage.
Benoit?
Damn it.
Cage.
Our Kid Rock fans are like, wrestling ain't fake.
We know it's
I
fake,
love the idea that
but
we
it's
still
real.
have Kid Rock fans because they haven't figured out where we stand.
Hey,
Well,
doesn't
they
matter.
talk about them.
As long as
Hey.
we stand with them.
Good press,
That's all we
bad
mean,
press.
rock.
As long as we throw a ball to the ball. Kid Rock would be in this film. I feel like he'd be
As
one of the
what?
people. One of the people betting.
Maybe. I'd still. You make him a little minority-ish looking, and then you can have him as a bad guy. But he's too Caucasian.
He's
to
in
be
a
a bad
Caucasian.
guy.
white
sadly.
community. Doesn't he look like minority-ish? Because you're like, that guy looks like he's a subdivision of humanity. That's a meth head.
Oh
He
yeah.
doesn't
Okay. Yeah.
belong.
Yeah. Mess heads are different.
Yeah, but
They
this movie didn't
probably
really have
are.
a place for those.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned that.
yeah,
'Cause let's talk about the
basically.
first flaw of this movie. It had way too many characters in it. It had place for whatever because it didn't matter. Every 10 minutes, the film was like, we're going to introduce a new group to just do something a previous group
Oh
probably
my
would have done.
Costello in the end. I mean, you're right and you're not. But then, yeah, like I was watching, I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
Why?
Why did they?
Why?
Why is there
Costello
an undercover
makes
cop?
sense.
Should I have
Oh
known
my
that the whole
God.
time?
Oh,
He
Tiger
was a
Joe.
bad undercover cop. And they didn't even care. They didn't treat him like he was a traitor amongst them. They were just like, you're
That's
in this room,
crazy.
okay? We're not going to torture you.
Hey, stay here for a little bit. We'll come get you, okay, buddy?
You just wait. We're
Just-
right there.
Be
Like,
complaining
even at the
about
end, when they're like,
Christopher
"You gotta
Christ."
let us all go," he's like, "Okay, not the cop though." And they're like, "Yeah, you better."
all of us.
All right,
Hey,
man.
Shoot
I
the cop right
told-
there. Just shoot the mole. Yeah.
Yeah, I
the-
mean, go ahead. Let me clean up the thing that'll put me in prison, at least.
But the question is, how long does that undercover cop have to be there to get what he needs on them?
He would,
probably
did you
like
not
5
hear
minutes.
3 years ago, he shot 2 of Costello's people. Put in his fucking time, man.
He was a bad cop. Just like that reporter lady was a bad reporter lady. I didn't understand that story at all.
I want to get
I
back to the reporter
forget.
lady, but we should probably
She
start
pulls
with
out
actually.
the- Oh, the cast.
I mean,
The Brandon Mayo part of this.
yes.
Okay, Brendan Mayo. Okay. Yay.
I think the first person you should bring up is the guy they called Danny in this movie. Danny Trejo is in this movie as
Oh
Danny.
yeah. And they call him Danny. I was like,
Yep.
huh?
Did
Well,
not even
that's
notice
hard.
him in here.
I'm gonna go easy on this one.
What?
'cause-
he's
Uh,
Costello's bodyguard.
Yeah, he's his secondary, which is weird
Oh.
for an Italian mobster, right? We got Lou Ferrigno as Billy Thomas, brain damaged childlike giant.
Who
He also
actually,
shed 60 pounds to get this role. Did you know
that's
that?
what I was going to say, because he looks so much smaller.
I mean,
This,
he's still
this
huge.
was his
but
favorite role ever, too.
Yeah, thank God. He's
This
awesome.
I mean,
is
he
his
didn't
favorite-
know any better, right, guys?
This is his favorite role?
Yeah, he didn't know any better.
That makes me
Ma-
so happy. Like,
That makes me think
That's
that.
what he said, too.
That
Makes me cry tears.
I love that. I love that. Like, he's at a Comic Con. People were like, "Lou, what's like your favorite thing you've done? Was it like the Mr. Olympia? Was it Incredible
He
Hulk?"
fucks up. He's like,
the
"The
cage.
cage."
Or I'm sorry, cage.
The cage.
Cage.
Just
The
God
cage.
damn it! It should have been the cage. It's so stupid. Even the
Lou,
people
you
who
so
made the title were
stupid, be
dumb.
angry. And he just starts throwing audience members. Mad, Lou. We got Reb Brown as Scott Monroe. This guy is not
That was
only was
awesome.
he on the TV's Captain America, but he was in Space Mutiny as Beef McChuck Steak.
Fucking bad guy.
Ooh, excellent.
I love this dude. Bodybuilder turned actor as well, known for military action films. I don't know if he was known for anything.
We
Michael
don't want
Dun-
him.
Yeah, can you put him back?
He doesn't
That thing's not
represent
fresh. That's
us.
Canadian.
I thought it was. Awesome.
He, in a way, Michael Dante as Tony Bacola, is that it?
Lucky.
Bacola.
Desperate mob gambler driving Billy into the fights, also known as Lucky.
It's weird because that guy seemed to have power, but he also seemed to have no power. He
I
was
didn't
struggling in
understand.
life.
They were letting him go every time, and I'm like, this doesn't. You can't owe 2 gangsters at the same time.
They were trying to play him off as a gangster character, but really he just felt like a man down on his luck.
I thought it was a bad gambler. I
Yes.
just thought
Also
he was a
thought
bad
that at
gambler.
first.
But bad gamblers don't act like mobsters. You know what I
But
mean?
He
He
was
didn't
like
do
Jason
mobster stuff,
Statham
though.
in Snatch, where they're getting the pikey, Brad Pitt's character. Like that's kind of what he felt like, but I mean, it wasn't there.
It wasn't
let's be
there.
honest.
He's my
Um,
favorite character in this movie, though.
Mike Moroff as Mario. Mario, Billy's handler, is my favorite.
That was that guy's name.
Yeah, Mario.
He bothered to learn Billy's ins and outs, and I didn't even bother to learn his name.
I think he fell in love with him.
Mimi might
I
be
did
the best, though.
too. He was like Chunk with Sloth, except in a sexual way.
In a
Billy,
alone
Billy,
long.
after this is over, you're gonna come live with me, okay?
Scott said it's okay. I'll make you pizza
You're gonna
rolls
live with
whatever
my
you want.
family.
I'll be your manhandler.
My wife's already been told to leave, Billy. It's just gonna be me, you, and a couple kids.
No,
Force
two
is
guys
pretty
in the
much
back.
final.
Like, you ain't got no fucking wife. You're a fucking liar.
Okay, you're right. I had to act like I kicked him out. It's just gonna be me and you,
Me,
Billy.
you, and Master Blaster, Billy.
Guess who's Master Blaster? Penis.
I'll teach you new
We
games,
can get
Billy.
a dog. And get you some rabbits so you can pet the rabbits, Lenny.
We could just get like weightlifting stuff to put in the backyard.
Oh,
Which is gonna come to my favorite scene.
That's what I said. That is my favorite scene.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Uh,
I forgot you said when they're crying about it, and I honest to God forgot the whole context of the scene because it's
He sat there for 20 minutes trying to figure out how to make himself sad on camera. We got to see an actor work through his process.
It's also amazing because the director's like, we need the main character sad to be motivated, but still badass. Have him cry on a bench.
No, a bench press with not even 45 plates on each of them.
Oh, imagine you can't lift up 225, Lou. No.
No, it was like a skinny bar and then two 35s.
Yeah,
or
it's like
a 35 on
105
each side.
pounds, probably.
It
Yeah.
really was.
Which Lou probably lifts with like 2-3 fingers as a curl.
Not on this day, he did.
No, not on this day. It was too much for him.
Billy said, or Scott says, I can't do too much weight. I get retard strong.
He's my friend.
We've not gotten to the plot of this film at all.
I
We're
love
just
the idea
throwing
of-
shit at the wall.
I love the idea of
Faggot.
like the idea of Scott going to counseling every day and being like, he's getting too strong. I don't know what to do with him.
Who's giving him steroids?
Fear. Doctor, I live in fear. The other night I woke up and he had me flipped on my belly sunny side up. I thought he was going to get it.
You all said the bullet to the head would keep him from training. He doesn't train. He just stays strong.
He's gaining inertia. I
Mine's
don't
always at
understand.
fight mode. He's flipping me over constantly, man.
Every day I live in fear.
He's supposed to be raw
I keep
dog.
replacing doors.
You guys see him call me Billy in the house. He calls me bitch boy.
He doesn't even mean it mean. He just picked it up.
Just as one would with a pet.
The other day he just whispered in my ear.
Do you think the doctor did to him? And he's like, listen, sometimes he's gonna, like freak out a little. And normally I would say you just hug him and calm him down, but you gotta fucking run. Like, you gotta go when he's mad.
He will kill you.
He'll go through that wall, bud. Like,
Sometimes, Doc, he starts humping just out of habit.
yeah, just
Yeah,
let's finish.
slowly.
Scott, you notice that he kind of looks like the Incredible Hulk? I've just thrown that out there so you can be ready, man.
Anyways, the cast. Sorry, Brandon.
That's
Don't
about
forget
it.
about Tiger Joe. Did you forget Tiger
Fucking
Joe?
Oh, yeah, Tiger Joe. He's in big trouble in Little China.
That's all you got?
Wow.
That's all I care about. Do you care about more? You mean the
No.
Tiger King?
No.
That's what he was, the Tiger King.
In another life.
Let's see one other thing. This was directed by Lang Elliott. They said flipping the classic of mice and men dynamic into a raw buddy film.
What?
can't have a raw
Is
buddy
that what
film.
they think they did?
I think that's
Yeah,
what
if
they.
you have
I think
a
that's what
man
marketing
being-
said after.
It's not a raw buddy film if it's I have to treat him like I'm his parent. There is a different. There's a separation in that world. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's my friend. I gotta wipe his ass sometimes.
No, it's more like Cop and a Half, where one of them's a cop and the other one is a kid.
caretaker.
with super strengths
Yeah.
and the ability to
Yeah.
kill a man.
Yeah, this
Hey,
is
Billy, he's getting Teletubbies pulled off the air.
Curse of destruction.
Tinky Winky.
Winky, winky,
Billy, that
dinky.
group of ethnic minorities
Oh.
is forming a crime family down there in the street corner. Go deal
And
with
they
that.
yell, male.
Would you watch a cartoon version of this? Like if they had episodes of their plights?
This would be an Adult Swim show. Let's make that clear.
Billy the curb
and
stomper.
it would be fantastic.
It actually could be really good.
it would toe the line that would be crossed, but it would be pretty.
Billy
solid.
don't know left from right, but Billy knows that black and white ain't right.
The problem is our heroes have no issue killing people, so if you have it as a cartoon, your bad guys get killed so quick that like
They
you're
have
just running out.
the moral compass and like these like adding questionable choices to it. But even on, I don't know, it's about the same emotional maturity level of Book of Henry. It's what I was telling
what?
Matt. It's like Book of Henry.
Oh,
They just
yes,
kept
yes.
stacking shit up there. I'm like, oh my god, he can't even think for themselves. And at one point, he's like, "You do everything Scott tells you." Yeah, he my friend. And he's like, I get that. I get that. And yet
get
they
you,
did
man.
make the idiot go fight and kill someone.
Yep.
Billy, I've grown to respect you. Now get in that ring, buddy. Go on, champ.
Billy, I love you. You know what I'd love to see you do? Is make sure I cover the spread.
You son of a bitch. Don't fall, Billy.
Oh, you know what? We're talking about this guy, the guy that plays Mario. I just read this on Wikipedia. I'm sure you already have, Brennan. The actor that played Mario distributed T-shirts proclaiming Mario lives to the entire crew to lobby for his character's survival, despite him being written to die.
My man.
I didn't see that. And
That
that's
guy
the-
was like, I play a role here. Like, you guys are missing something.
You know what?
No, what that guy thought is, I smell sequel, and he was wrong. He was really wrong.
You're probably right. He did think that. Oh, my God.
We
I
still
need
haven't
to-
gotten to this horrible film. That's all I'm saying.
That's okay. That's okay. We should probably just not talk about it at all and let people go watch it and enjoy it for themselves.
I really love this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and
Easy watch.
claim
Yeah,
it
this-
right now, good sirs. I love
This will
this.
be a falling asleep to kind of movie.
No, Billy, get off of him. No, Billy.
It's your best pick of all time, Matt.
I will
Yeah.
say while watching it the
Like
whole
I
time,
enjoyed it.
I was like, this, if you toned it down a shred, would be a regular show episode.
Yeah, because he's
It
Muscle
fits.
Man.
Yes. I was
Muscle
like,
Man.
just like the different crime families
Hey,
and
half
shit.
ass
fight
goat.
to-
Can I
Oh,
kill
no,
this
bro.
man? No, bro.
Oh,
You know
no.
who else likes it from behind? My
You know
mom.
who else burned in the bar? My mom.
My mom. Hey, high five ghost.
Instead of breaking necks,
And
you know, they
that's Billy
explode.
Graham. Yeah, Scott.
See, I thought you were going to say the whole time you were watching it, like, with tears down your eyes, being like, this is redemption.
Yes. Hey, I had like one other good
Fuck
film
Schindler's List. We got Billy's List.
Billy's List in Henry's book.
God, Book of Henry is
Billy's
still.
List is just like him trying to write out
What?
1 through 10,
What's
and it's got backwards numbers.
What's more messed up from like a company level? Like the scriptwriters writing in Book of Henry a little girl being molested by her dad and
It's
being
Book of
sniped?
Henry. It's Book of Henry.
It's more visibility.
A
Have more
Vietnam man
visibility.
getting shot in the head and being made mentally challenged to fight to the death in a
It's
cage.
Book of Henry, man.
It
It's
is.
Book of Henry.
Brett's right on this one because this movie had no backing, no money, and they're just like, whatever, we're gonna lose an idiot. Let's use it to our benefit.
Well,
Book
so-
Henry was like, we get Naomi Watts, we can have a fucking molestation.
Oh my
I
God.
love that it passed through like multiple people, and they're like, I swear to God, I think Book of Henry.
No,
they read the
No,
first
your
like.
phrasing's wrong, Matt. It passed through the whole studio.
I swear to God, they probably just read "Boy Genius leaves a plan for his mom after he dies," and they didn't read any of the rest. Like, yeah, this looks like a child classic. Oh, I'm glad you saw that. Did you read it?
It makes you wonder about the
Cat in
movies
the
that
Hat
don't
vibes.
get through.
God,
Cat in the Hat vibes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck me, man.
Cat in the Hat is also a movie that shouldn't have been made.
Cat in the Hat is fucking scary as hell.
I still never watched it.
That movie came out when I was a child, so I've watched it many times.
I'm not
and
gonna
I love
lie.
it.
There was one day I was sitting there stoned off my ass, and it was like on HBO when we had it at the time. It came on, and it was like a special making of Cat in the Hat. When it came on, and it was like it showed the two girls doing the makeup and stuff like that, and how long it took, and them doing their whole scenes. And just for it to then show thing one and thing two, and I was like, "This is the scariest thing I've seen in my life."
That
I was
movie
stoned and I was scared.
Oh, that movie is something specially horrible, and I love it. This movie is
Oh,
also
yeah.
something especially horrible.
Yeah. So to start off with this movie, I originally watched it on YouTube because I was like, "Oh, it's a free YouTube movie."
I
thought
someone
that-
else did this.
I thought the sound quality was so bad on YouTube, it must have been a bad version.
bought it on
So
Prime?
I stopped like halfway through the beginning opening scene. I bought it on Prime. It sounded the exact same.
You will not have like
Same thing.
background world rock concerts going on, and some of these things I was like, "Is that rip off of a CCR song still going on?"
I actually thought they were gonna play CCR, and I'm like, really? And then it just
Even
never
their
started.
one, they did Tequila, dun, 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 Tequila, but it was still a cover one. It wasn't the actual normal one.
You know, if you cover
They
the
just
less
had
songs,
money
it
for
some
counts.
karaoke.
How much money did they spend on this movie?
Oh my god, I don't know. That is a really good question because it can't be much.
I like to know these things. I don't know. They made 618,000.
Oh wow.
I'd like to think if that movie was made now, more people would go to see it.
It said the budget is not publicly available.
I bet
Okay.
they. You know what? I'll keep it to myself. Got nothing nice to say.
What? That's the whole point of this.
Oh yeah,
podcast.
good point. I bet that this film was probably made with legal money from cage fighting. They're like, you know what?
I think it was actually a prop thing from wrestling. They
oh,
were
okay,
like,
like a promotional
"Hey,
thing, and then they just.
Make a movie, blah blah, and they're like, Lou will do it. Lou will do anything if you give him $10.
So is Lou Billy or?
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, is
Okay.
he
I mean,
in
Lou
real life?
Ferrigno
Is he just?
seemed too far off from Billy?
Yeah, I still stand by the fact that they made this movie as not a mentally handicapped man and realized that Lou could not pull that off.
Their
Lou.
limitations were there.
Yeah. Like, all right, Lou, we want you to cry in this scene and be upset.
I
Do
think you're
that.
taking it one too
I've never
many
cried in
too
my
far.
life.
It's, Lou, can you read the script? Scott, you're funny.
I'm gonna go sit on this workout bench over here. All right.
Hey, Scott, just tell me what I'm supposed to say.
Um,
Come on, Scott. It's not funny. Tell me.
Scott, please, Scotty.
Scott!
But yeah, audio quality in the beginning of this movie, absolute garbage. Like,
Oh, it
Whenever
was
they
so
play a
bad.
song, it sounds like they recorded in an aluminum can, like in a fucking grain silo or something, because it's like a busted ass steel subwoofer. You can hear nothing but treble shaking throughout that whole thing. It is
Yep.
awful. I don't understand it because it
And
sounds like they recorded it from tape into metal, and that's not possible.
Nope. And even the war, like the opening war scene, it sounds
War.
like someone is watching a movie and they're recording watching the movie.
And they turn it up too loud,
Also,
and it's blowing the speakers.
also want to point out there's a part in the war scene where they shoot a guy and he goes, ah. it
I
got a
know, oh my
chuckle out of me.
There's a few of them, man. It almost feels like their audio department was in on the joke, but I'm like, there's no way, nobody was.
There's a part. So the movie begins. They're like in Vietnam and they're escaping a fire.
Are they in Vietnam?
I don't know. They're in Laos.
They're in a rice paddy. They're in a
No,
rice
guys. It looks like they're in the middle of like a random like prairie.
Nebraska.
They're in LA.
Yes.
They're just shooting up the place. But like they're escaping and the audio quality is just terrible. None of this matters at all. I
They
don't
say
care
get
about
to
it.
the chopper a couple
They
times.
say get to the chopper. We have a helicopter
Welcome,
pilot
Commando.
that's woefully terrible at his job.
No, he is bad.
Oh, I love. He goes, "Oh, it's hot. I can't get down there." And it's like, wait a minute, dude. We just heard on the radio they were calling for an evac because they were ambushed. And
You knew what you were getting into.
you son of a bitch! Don't treat me dumb. I'm watching this movie with you.
But-
we know your orders.
Through this whole fight, though, it's I didn't know it at first going into this, or I didn't remember it, and I just hear the guy from Space Mutiny screaming. He's doing the exact same scream as the people when he's behind him on the rail. He goes, "Run, go, 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 go!" And I was like,
Go.
"Where do I know that? Oh my God, it's him!" And yeah, if you've never seen Space Mutiny, he's great in it.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, I think he's great in this movie.
He has the best moment in this film for me. One of the best moments.
There's a lot of good
There's
moments.
a lot of good
I
moments.
can't wait till you explain which one that is because I can think of like 5 that he's
Yeah.
amazing in.
I've actually, you know what? It's tough. We're gonna get there
Burn, bitch,
eventually.
burn.
Yeah.
Oh, but
When
so-
he first
Oh, go ahead, Brett. If you want to describe this
No,
terrible
no, you-
film, damn it. So they're in a helicopter, and they're like, "We gotta go." The captain's not gonna make it, even though he's within 15 feet of them. We can all see
God
him
fucking
out
no.
the window. Like
You
the
can hear him
pirates-
screaming over the chopper.
You can see him. He's right there, and he's pretty fast.
Yeah.
But he jumps up. Somehow,
Both
Lou's
fast.
character Billy holds him, and they get shot in the head. It doesn't deflect. the
No,
bullet
hold
goes
on.
in,
Yeah.
Straw through his head, man.
puts a hole in his
He's
head,
bleeding out like
and
that.
the brain
Kool-Aid
juice
Man.
we assume leaks out. I guess that's how it works. I don't
It's
know.
just pouring out.
I don't.
It's gross.
You know, no science that brain injuries, can make you dumb. I'm kidding.
It comes
He
out
has a
in
bullet in
straight
his
line,
brain.
too, though. It's weird.
It's just a
really
tiny little
weird.
puncture hole, and he still holds his captain's arms the entire time. Never pulls him up, just holds him there as the helicopter escapes.
But that whole scene, his captain looks like just like a cadaver body. It's like
Oh, yeah.
there's no
He's dead
life to
already.
it. Yeah, I assume that he died right there.
Say,
That's why I texted you all, and I was like, the guy from Space Mutiny was in this movie. And then he was like, no, he's the main guy.
and
I
then,
was like,
You know how we find out he didn't die though?
the next scene to some
Yeah, the
song.
next scene. Matt, are you ready to go to the next scene? Am I rushing you through
No,
it too much?
I would love to rush through this beginning because it's terrible.
So the next scene, he's getting looked at by a nurse, and then they go over and they're working on Lou Ferrigno. And like we see this shot of both their hospital beds, and it's like he just looks up and waves, waves at us. He's like, "Hi."
It's probably because we watched Royal Tenenbaums a few months ago, but it was some music. I swear it was a Wes Anderson scene. I'm
Yes,
like,
it was the way it was shot.
it was shot. It
was
was a single shot. Showed the wide angle. Showed the
and they
whole.
had them
movie.
right next to each other like a play would, where they're like,
I
how
was
you
like,
doing
oh
over there,
shit,
Billy?
Yeah.
this is like
It's-
something. And, I mean, it didn't
So-
last, but
but
So it
then
kinda
the
is
song
something.
over it.
Because, you know, Wes Anderson does that so you can see different characters in different moments reacting to, like, things going on around them. So that's kind of what they show here, except Scott's character doesn't know what to react to, so he just puts up his hand and waves.
Hey, bud.
Scott and Billy became brothers on Fifth Avenue. They sold the house.
Yeah, exactly.
they thought love would
They
never
moved
blossom
in
again.
together. With Billy's VA benefits, Scott was able to live a nice life as a bartender. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
he had domestic violence charges.
But don't we all? The 80s were a
You could
different
even
time.
go through, like, a scene where he talks about he had one bar, that burned down. He got another bar, that one burned down.
That
But then
one
his
went
third
to
and
his
final bar.
ex-wife Mildred.
Third bar,
She
financed
didn't
by
really
a
care
Swiss
for Billy.
nationalist. I just
After
don't.
hiring a woman named Mimi who had stuck a knife in Billy's side 2 weeks
Mimi
earlier.
became Billy's protector. All and through, she's been saving $10,000 for Billy's bar.
I just don't know how Wes Anderson involves a cage fight, but he could do it.
Billy knew it was either them or him.
And it cuts to Billy's face. It's either
So he
him or
tried
me.
that little monkey boy, and he said, "Damn you, cheek, damn you."
Wait, we don't know how he does it, but then Gene Hackman as Royal Tenenbaum shows up to the cage fight.
He's
The
betting.
boys.
Come on. Get up, you.
I like that this whole time though
That's
he's
not
stuck
fun.
in a hospital gown and he
That's
just
Billy's
keeps getting up and looking at Billy. Like he keeps going
Oh
over there,
my
he
God.
touches Billy.
It's because
he
it got the
sits down.
saddest, stupidest sad song I've ever heard in my life. I texted you all lyrics from it earlier because
Oh, yeah.
I went back
Oh, that's
and
what
forth
that
like
was?
3 times. Yeah. I was like, what? What did she just say? Winning, losing? I don't. Is she just trying to acknowledge that her friend can't think now and she's
I-
okay with that?
I swear to God, she was just like reading random lines from her like bookshelf into the song.
I go out the back. I go in the front.
The bell tolls for you.
And the whole time he's just like, he's getting up, he's touching Billy, he's sitting back down, he's smiling and kind of tilting his head like, I live a great life.
Thanks.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. And then they read books together, and
Oh, but also I have a hurt shoulder. Don't forget that.
yeah, I'm not. I'm a victim too of war.
Yeah. I am a Vietnam vet as well.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
of course, we can't get through the scene without talking about
Wait a second.
Billy getting his medal.
Oh, can I read these lyrics real quick?
Give us
Yeah,
some
of
lyrics.
course.
But hey, as I read them, guys, I want you two to have a very emotionally charged, memorable moment. Okay?
I
You
think
know?
that's supposed to happen without you telling us. to
Shut
do
up,
that.
Matt.
Yeah.
Love
That's
him.
how art works.
Love them. Love them. Love them. Love them. Okay.
I love the idea of an art piece saying you're supposed to feel something.
Feels this
So
way,
let's
damn it.
go. In a perfect world, there are no tears, no dreams are set in. After all is said and done, I wondered what we'd want if we should lose. What really matters, don't let go.
This sounds like John Lennon
That's-
giving up later in his career. That's what that. John, these
And the whole
sentences
time-
don't work. Fuck it.
Problem is, fucking Scott looks like he understands less and less as this video goes on. Where he's like, Billy, don't think,
Shit.
metal.
Yeah. And that's all played over Billy learning to read children's books.
Oh my God. I died when we look over next to his bed in the hospital bed on top of the fucking, and it was like a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, it was either a Dr. Seuss or Curious George or something
I,
like that.
I was like, no, they can't make him that fucking stupid.
Well, I like that they imply that he's mentally retarded without saying
They
it at
imply
first.
with a fucking sledgehammer, you say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. They don't want to straight up tell you, but we have to watch it. We get to watch him relearn to walk, relearn to read. He's going through all that stuff. They actually spend way too much time on that.
I don't think he could read before the accident.
Yeah, this was actually his
That
first
was-
try.
That was his well-kept secret. Of, they're teaching me to read.
Thank you, VA
Book made me
benefits.
smarter.
GI Bill at work teaching Lou Ferrigno to read.
I don't know where the movie goes from there. Someone else?
I think it goes straight to the cage fight, and if it doesn't, we should go straight to the cage fight because I cannot. Yeah, it does. It goes to the news reporter who I forgot was actually a character in this film until this moment because I don't think she's important.
No, she's not.
No, that's she's someone's taking pictures at this cage fight where we get to meet the champion who doesn't have any backstory whatsoever past us calling him the champion. It's not important. His name's Chang.
Chang.
Chang. And we watch him kill a dude who was beating him in the fight. If I remember right.
I think that was a different one.
Yeah, they kind of blend together because the fights in this are
Yeah.
not great.
I don't remember the guy dying in the first fight.
Oh, the opponent? I don't know. I think he kills him. You know what? It doesn't matter. But at that point, we have the fight going on. We're introduced to the actual cage, which is stupid because our main characters don't join the cage until an hour and 15 minutes into this film.
You know
And
what?
it's only an hour and
God
40
damn.
minutes. So we have an hour and
build
10
up.
minutes to get introduced to like 10 rival gangs that none of it matters.
It all
Man,
matters.
None of this
Also, in
shit
that time,
matters.
you get introduced to a guy you can't read. So, like, how much depth does he have where we need to spend more than 5 minutes?
See, that's the
Well,
issue.
That's fine.
We just like bum
So-
rush through the end.
I know during the cage fight stuff, that's how you get introduced to Tony and his boy,
Yeah.
Mario.
So we're at Tony and
Because
Mario.
their fighter lost, and then the
You mean
ringleader
Donnie
of the
Wahlberg?
fights is like, "You owe me money."
A lot of money.
Donnie Wahlberg is at best.
That's all I saw because he's got that. I always think of the Venture Brothers statement. It goes, Hank, he's toe-headed. Because they both got that, like, you know.
This whole film is just him paying off bets.
Yeah,
I think
it
we
really-
can summarize the film with that. And
Better count your money. It's the gambler, but they're not lucky.
no. But it's also just him picking up random people off the street going,
Yeah.
hey, will you fight to the death for me? Like,
But we end up like they want us to be like this is a family or they're friends or something. Like this is not a bad guy. They keep doing that where they're like, no, he's got a heart and he's got a conscience, and I'm like, I don't know. If I take a mentally handicapped person and throw him into a ring and he wins, that's not really a victory for me.
hold on.
You know?
You're skipping
Like,
over the fact
imagine
this
if one of
is
your old
insane.
life stories was, I sent a mentally handicapped person and I won $100,000. Well, that's good, Matt. That's makes you who you are.
Yeah, hold on, go back to the beginning of that. So, but the thing is, we're also glossing over, and the film also glosses over. That's not the first bad thing he does. He also was responsible for his bar being burned down and killing his friend.
And
And they
me
literally
dying.
do not give a shit about that.
Yeah, they don't go back to that.
Never.
They killed Mimi.
Damn, that's
And
wild.
They're like, you
making
gotta
me a
let us
strong
all
thing.
go. Even the guy that killed your best girl.
And burned down
In the
like your livelihood.
story.
and-
They make it like they're gonna. He's like, you were linked to it. Yeah, I sent her, and nothing comes from it.
No,
That's wild.
It's just to get him from one place to the next place. That's the whole reason Mimi's died, is to move along the story.
Thank God.
She was gonna will me that $10,000.
He shows up at the funeral like she's got kids, and he's like, "That 10,000's mine."
To
That ring
run
on
my
her
underinsured
finger is
car.
mine. I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Thank you.
Grave robber Scott.
So Tony and his boy Mario, their guy loses the fight. I don't think he dies at that point. Like I think he just loses the fight.
I assume they all die.
And our ringleader's like, "You owe me a bunch of money," and he's like, "Go give me some time." He's like, "Okay, you have time."
Yep, 3 days, which is amazing.
Impossible.
There was a moment I was confused when he was like, "I've got 10 days. You can't do this. I've got
He
10
does
days."
say that.
To the other
It was,
people,
the, it was the
that's
Italian
the other
guy.
people he owes money
Costello.
Costello.
Yeah.
And that's where
Oh
it was
my God.
confusing. I was like, "What? Wait, you were just told 3? Oh, you're working a whole another deadline. Okay."
I kind of understand where Tony's coming from with all this. Then, like, he's just a bad addicted gambler. He's got to pay off these debts.
Uncut Gems. This was an
Yeah,
early
yeah.
Uncut Gems.
Are we
I
sure
can't
he's
help
not the
myself.
protagonist?
He's Tony's friend from The Sopranos. That's played by oh my God, the T-1000, Richard Patrick.
Oh yeah. That owns the sporting school.
Yeah. I
Store
promise.
that he takes.
Promise, Tony, I'll have the money next week.
Your kid's Jeep is mine, and it's gonna be my daughter's now.
She totally won't recognize it. Ah, shit, she recognized it.
God damn it. Well,
Actually, it's funny because I want to bring up later. There's another Sopranos reference that this film executes that makes me super happy. But for now, we're in the muck of it.
Well, to be fair, I don't think Sopranos existed when this movie
No,
came
no,
out,
I know. But so in one of the
7
later
or 10
seasons of The
years
Sopranos, Tony borrows money from Hesh, I think is his name, and he's
Yep,
like
the,
annoyed at
his
paying him
Jewish
back.
friend.
Yeah, and one of his friends goes, "You know, you could just kill him, and then you don't have to pay him back." And he's like, and he thinks about it, and this is like later season, Sopranos, and you're like, "Oh shit, Tony might actually do it." But this film ends exactly like that, and it made me so happy. It's like, pay me. Wait a minute, I can just kill you. It's no like, what you can do? Call the cops?
yeah.
We can skip
You
ahead.
can't loan money out to people in that kind of life if you can't hold them accountable for owing you
Yeah.
money.
What's the
Especially
threat?
on their home
In the
turf.
beginning, when they were walking out of that room, and they're like, "Oh my God, he bought it. He gave us extended time without doing anything to us."
Yeah,
In that moment, I was like, "I'm not afraid. Let's step all over this asshole."
yeah, true. He gives it, but he he gives them that time without even thinking about it. He's like, yeah, sure. Here's 3 days. See you then. And I'd imagine that's not the first time he said this.
Oh yeah, no. It seemed like he's owed him money for a while.
It's
Yeah.
been
He's
3
like, yeah, what's
years.
another 3 days on 3 years, Tony? I'll see you in a few days. You always bring me the
Okay,
best fighters
Wesley.
when you're feeling tight like this.
I'll kill you tomorrow, Wesley.
Exactly. What Tony doesn't know is he's actually on the payroll because he's the one mainly bringing
Bringing
all
the fighters,
the,
they have to get
yeah,
fresh blood
Bringing in
somehow.
their bets that are
Yeah,
winning.
he makes him think he owes him money, so he gets desperate to bring in these fighters.
You know what?
Yeah,
it's a clever
it's good
scheme.
business.
He walks
Yeah.
away. He's like, Tony is my best worker.
I'm
He doesn't
so
know
glad
it,
we have
but
Tony. What
Yeah.
the hell?
He's
Where
maybe
does he
the most
find these
money.
guys?
Yeah.
He keeps finding ex-Green Berets that are willing to fight to the death in a cage. You guys can't do that. Like,
Thank God for Vietnam.
Tony comes in with Billy and he's like, "Did you guys see what Tony brought me? He's 6'4". He can't read.
That's it.
280
He's not following
pounds. Where the
Vietnam.
fuck does he find these guys?
He's following
Like,
short
Jesus,
buses
what?
usually. He's like, I know my Lenny's in there. He's somewhere in that bus right now, growing up to get strong.
Come on, buddy.
Tony's
Hey,
an
sir, why do
artist. He's
Why
a
do you
painter.
donate to the Department of Education? Someone's got to feed them idiots. He's a full-on
You
rapist.
think
I mean,
he
a
just
philanthropist.
scouts at like Gold's Gym?
I think he does whatever he has to get the job done, and I respect the hell out of
But
that.
yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think he's literally
If-
the only person bringing people in, and he doesn't know
Honestly,
he's a
yeah.
linchpin. Like, it
'Cause,
only works
so-
if he's there.
He's worth every penny.
So later on, there's a cowboy guy that brings in his guy, and his guy dies, and he's like, "Well, I ain't gonna pay," and then he's like, "You're gonna pay." He's like, "Okay, here you go."
That's not a cowboy. That's an oil man.
Yeah,
Oil
I can
man.
imagine. Well, same thing, right? I can imagine the big boss is like, "What a pussy." Tony would never. Tony would be like, "Give me another shot."
Come
boss."
on, dude.
He'll be bullshitting me right now.
Yeah,
found
just
this-
paid up right away. What a fucking coward.
Tony
There's no
found a kid
chase
named
here.
Ryu.
Go away. Go away.
Yeah. Tony brought me a fucking retard, and you're just gonna quit on me?
I am scared to death of.
I feel bad dropping that hard R right there, but that's the whole point of this movie.
That's what they're doing, man.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: we want to say that, and I'm going to go ahead and say it for this episode. It sounds awful, but this is exactly what the movie says. You hear
Yeah.
the word chink, slant-eyed, yellow
Yellow.
man, all of these things they come
Retard
up
faggot.
numerous times.
It's the same
And you
sentence.
What is it? You
That's
stupid
what-
retard faggot, or you ignorant retard? I think it was stupid, right?
I don't remember.
I don't know. There's so many fun ways to put that sentence together. I can't remember which one. the
None of
true
them
one.
should be said, really, but
But it was said.
he's got a pretty good grasp on the English language and how to hurt someone.
It's wild because it's like a guy watching his favorite sports team. He loves the sports team, but when they make
Oh.
mistakes, he's like, "You fucking losers!"
Fucking Adam.
Fucking die.
I've been in this situation, all right?
This is the
I
situation I
know
live in.
this man.
All
I know
right,
his
Terrence
pain.
Jones, you're a fucking idiot. And then afterwards, be like, "I love Billy. He's the
Sometimes you just make me upset, and I just want to
Yeah.
hurt you. Like,
best." Gee, I don't know, boss. It's weird because you called Billy a fucking retard. Yeah, I was in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, it's got
also,
passion.
Mario.
that's
Because I care.
motivation, Mario.
Mario, you idiot.
Yeah,
How else am I going to reach him?
yeah. I'm an artist. Remember, Mario?
It's like it's Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny. I yelled the word faggot because it cuts through everything, and he knew at that moment to listen.
You did turn
But when I
around,
say
though.
it to Billy, I'm trying to cut through the noise. All right, we're just trying to get right
Why
to
would you
kill
call
him.
him that? Well, I thought, Mario, you and he were an item. I was being respectful.
You do slob on his knob quite a bit.
So after Tony gets his cuts his losses, and they're drinking, him and Mario are at a bar. It turns out that Scott owns this bar. Billy works there, and they have a bartender named Mimi, who's randomly offering to give Scott $10,000. That's his employee offering to give him money. I did not understand that dynamic at first.
She knew Scott was a gigolo.
I thought she was going to hit on him in the closet
I mean,
room.
isn't she in a way? If we talk about this from an actual person's like expectations when they say and do that, there is some kind of strings attached
I've
at
got
some
money
point where
saved
you're
up
like,
for us. You just gotta.
yeah.
Hey, you gotta get rid of Billy. That's all. What are we gonna do? Just
I-
leave him in a cage
yeah.
somewhere?
You know he can't read.
I don't know Scott, but I got kids, and he's dangerous.
Scott, he pet my horse and killed it. I don't.
Yep.
He stuck
He
his
picked
hand
up
through
the
its
horse.
spine.
You read of Mice and Men to him, and he thought Lenny was a hero, and that's how he acts now.
Mortal Kombat comes out in 3 years, and I don't want to be near him when that shit's out.
What? Finish him.
I'm like Sub-Zero.
He
Beat him.
just hears that bass line and he starts killing.
Or
He
goes into
so happy
he goes
that
into
he's
the
dry hump
bars.
to be dead.
I was thinking he'd go into the bar's walk-in freezer to become Sub-Zero, and they get him after the weekend. They're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, he's dead!"
No, there's no way that kills him.
And
He's
then
too hot
he
right
opens his
think it
eyes.
needs to-
I'm Sub-Zero.
I think it needs to be remembered. He took a bullet through the brain. Like, it was like for all
Here's the
intents
other
and purposes, he's immortal.
If you lock him in the fucking freezer, his brain's gonna be running like, how do I get out of here? And the thing is, as soon as he starts thinking, his body overheats.
Oh my God, he's Jason from Jason X. Honestly,
Yeah, except he doesn't have nano machines. He's got dumb
Yeah.
machines.
He didn't have them yet.
yeah, it's fair. So they're sitting at this bar, and then all of a sudden, a couple of hooligans come in and start causing trouble. For no reason. It doesn't seem like the kind of place that would have that issue, but it is.
He's talking
Kind of feels like a little Roadhouse vibes.
Roadhouse.
a white dive bar, and now we're getting like hints of the Lost Boys coming in here. And did their leader not look like full grown up Cal Penn from Harold and Kumar?
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
Yeah,
Which
as
made
soon
him
as it
very
seems-
non-threatening.
Yeah, his name's Diablos, which did not fit.
It doesn't help him.
get
When
that
you have a
devil
name,
tattoo.
like, it had to be ironic.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
His parents named him that, hoping for great things, and he was like, "Well, shit, there it is."
failure.
Boy named Sue,
So-
and then me named Diablos.
And you would think Danny Trejo would be with this group,
That seems to be
Yeah.
the rules of this movie.
but it didn't.
They
work out
really
that way.
wasted Danny Trejo in this movie.
Didn't know
They
he
didn't
was
know
in
what
it.
they
I'm gonna have to
had.
go back and find him.
Oh, you see him when you do. You're like, oh, Danny, and he pops up a couple times. He doesn't do much.
Poor Danny.
He does die, though. I think.
Yeah.
Does he die, or
I would
do we
assume.
not see him in that
I
scene?
think he dies. I think he's watched him
Okay.
die in the end.
Amazing ending
Watch him
to this
die
film.
in the end.
Can't wait to
Yes.
get to it. One of the
The-
best endings of any film I've ever. So good.
All of it. Oh, yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. Anyways, these guys start causing trouble. They're up to no good in his
In
neighborhood.
the neighborhood.
And Scott starts fighting him. Billy sees that and says, "No!"
Oh
and then
my
starts
God.
beating the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
he does the.
He's a cheat. He takes out like 4 people.
He does the Arnold Commando thing where he's like literally just pushing busloads of people through walls. Like, I mean,
That's
Well,
all he
let's-
needs to do.
Let's not get out of hand because Arnold, what he did in Commando was a whole nother world.
he lifted up a telephone booth and threw
Ripped
it.
it from the line.
I still think he did that in real life. You can't tell me movie magic. I believe it happened.
Yeah.
It's like Tom Cruise stunts, except Arnold just ripped stuff out of the wall.
Was that new Mission Impossible any good, by the way?
I have not seen it yet.
I haven't watched it yet. I
I,
thought about
I
it.
have
They're
heard
done.
about the Lilo and Stitch film though, and its ending cracks me up. I don't know if you guys.
What ending?
The ending to Lilo and Stitch, where Lilo goes to a foster home, and Nani goes to college.
What?
I mean, I'm kind of making it rougher than what it is. She goes to David,
I don't wait.
the boyfriend.
Those words you said sounded pretty rough.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm making it worse than it is, but the general guess is Lilo goes to David. You remember the boyfriend from the animated film? She goes to that family, so Nani can go to college in California. Which for a movie that the whole point was Ohana means family, it's just amazing. Like that's
Ohana means putting aside family to pursue personal goals.
like just all of
I'll
that's
tell you
amazing.
what, Scott would fucking
You know
never.
what? We're talking about how did things get through script writing. That one's up there for me.
I can imagine
Why?
one of the
Why
guys
did they
being
do
like,
this?
Wait, guys, you understand? Like the whole point is these sisters sticking together forever and like always having each other's
Not
back.
what we wrote.
Yeah, but that's not really fair to her. Yeah, that we know that's why it matters. That's why
Yeah,
it
it's
has
not about
meaning.
fair. Ah.
Have
Yeah,
you
it's-
seen the movie Cage? We let them stick together, and look how that happened.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is the better message. And like, yeah, you know what?
Well,
They might be right.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
I
Well,
also
that's
I
kind of frustrating.
did watch the new Snow White film. Last film I bring up that it was so bad it was amazing. And that actress.
I've not watched one of these
that-
live action ones.
So the actress in it, the Rachel Ziegler, I think her name is. She's not that bad.
Weird.
She does the funniest facial expression I've ever seen in my life.
That's
She's about to get stabbed and her whole
Was
lower
that
jaw
lockjaw?
protrudes. I'll send you guys a picture. I mean, people have made gifs of it. But she's about to get stabbed by the huntsman. She goes, duh. I lost it.
but she's like that. I would imagine it looks even more weird because she's like freakishly small and skinny
Yes.
already.
Oh, yeah. That movie was a
don't even
disaster
know who
from the
we're
top
talking
down.
about. You all
You
make me
can't-
feel old.
You can't be shitting on your movie, the premise of your movie, while making the movie.
I mean, I think it was a bold move, Cotton. Like, she took the
Yeah,
Trump PR.
you're selling me on bold move.
I'm just saying, she took the bad
She
PR
didn't know
is
any
good
better.
PR.
Just like fucking Billy. So we get through the LA bar dash, right? When Lucky and Mario try to recruit him. And he's like, hey, sometimes he goes, call me Lucky.
Oh, does he? How did I miss that? Yeah. So they try to talk to Billy about joining the team, and Billy's like, Scott wouldn't like that.
Scott make all your choices for you? Yeah. He's
Yeah.
my friend.
He does. What's the big
Hey.
deal?
He goes, yeah, he's my friend. And then Lucky goes, yeah, I get that. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie?
Once again, Tony's coming from a place of love, and Mario's like, "Yeah, you do get that, man. Thanks for taking care of
He
me, bro."
connects with it, but he doesn't. Then he's like, well, we'll be back to snatch you later, you fucking idiot.
You say what you want, but I think Tony is a super complex, complicated character. He's an artist. He brings in the fighters. He has debt problems. He has no problem killing a woman in a bar to get a fighter, but he also loves that fighter.
You said that, but he's the most convoluted person I've ever seen. Where
Exactly. That's my point.
he's at odds with who Tony is every day.
Yes.
Hey, we don't kill random people in the bar. We'll kill mentally
Today I'm a
handicapped
new
people.
move.
We'll kill children. We'll kill
He
people that are a
tells him,
different ethnic
yeah, I
minority.
get that.
But
And then he snatches this boy from his dad.
I'm gonna make you a star.
Wait, what boy does he snatch? Am I
I think
missing
it's
something?
Billy.
Fucking
Is.
Billy.
Billy's not a boy.
But there is a guardianship here, man. You can't deny it.
Old enough to go to war, old enough to be snatched without
Old
calling
enough
it
to go to war.
kidnapping.
Yeah, it's not a kidnapping, okay? It's a snatch.
Honestly, it's not. He's big enough. He could have killed them at any
I know.
point.
If he wanted to,
didn't
he
wanna
could
be there.
hope out.
I do love
No,
that
this
idea.
was-
Billy
this
don't
is
want to
a-
be here no more.
It wasn't a kidnapping. It was a confusion.
I do love that. Like Billy, like the movie just doesn't exist. Billy gets upset and kills both of them.
Please no.
The police come in. It's just a mangled scene of broken necks and spines.
Billy's
no,
seen
you're
the future,
powerless.
so he hold door on top
Oh
of their
my
head.
God. Stupid Hodor.
Mimi lives.
But yeah, they pitch to him. He says no. So then
Would
Tony
you like to be on
decides.
WCW?
I
Billy?
think Tony gets jumped that night, right, by Costello's people.
Yes.
And that's when they say you got 10 days. So then he's like, all right, well, we've got to figure out a way. So he goes to find these hooligans
The ringers.
to set the bar on fire as if there was no other choice, right?
I love that he goes to 100. He's 0 to 100.
It's so
That's it.
insane that his plan was this.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
He
find.
could have
those people.
offered them money. He could have said, hey, Scott, like you're having financial issues, I got you.
You
Like,
just
here's
gotta
the
fight.
way.
Because it seems like Scott was going to be down in the end no matter
I think
what.
Scott would have fought. Honestly,
He's
I
got a
do.
bloodlust.
Yeah,
You think that
clearly.
he's upset by the life he's got by taking care of Billy? That he just
I would
wants to
like-
kill something?
You know what? I wait till we get to that fight, but yeah, I agree. I think Scott honestly
God
probably
is a
enjoyed
cruel master. He gave Billy.
It. It's not my fault
To
you
the
got
point-
put in this cage. Blame God.
Like,
He also thinks if he puts Billy out there, maybe he gets rid of his problem.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a way darker film.
This movie was pretty dark at times.
I know, but I kind of like this film too.
It's pretty dark that way. He
Billy
has
kidnapped,
feelings
and they-
and emotions, and they have him kill.
They sent Scott a note like we've kidnapped Billy and are making him fight to the death. And he's like, "Cool,
well, takes care of that.
damn, guardian angel."
How did,
Like,
yo, Mimi.
I'm free, Grandma.
Let's do it.
I'm free.
Let me be part of the family now. I don't have the pain in the ass dog anymore.
You're not gonna
Anybody
believe
else
that.
in the beginning think Mimi was part of their family or some shit?
Yeah,
For a moment there, I was like, "Is that their mom?" And I was like, "They're not related, Brendan."
Because Mimi is a name that you would call like a grandma or something, right?
I really had it for a moment where I thought Billy and Scott were brothers or some kind of.
Well,
And then I was
you
like,
get
no,
stuck with
no,
that
they're
thing for
not
so long,
related.
you kind of stuck, right?
They don't send people to Vietnam like, "Hey there, you're brothers, go fight together."
So speaking of Mimi, she's working the bar, and then all of a sudden the door opens. She's like, "Scott, are you teasing me? Don't tease me, Scott."
I want to.
Hey
Yeah,
there.
I'm gonna do this one. She goes, Billy, I know
Yeah.
that's you. Stop teasing me, Billy. And then the local gang member lights up a Molotov and he goes, "Burn, bitch, burn."
He enters.
Which is funny because he says later on, "I didn't know no one was in there. I didn't mean to kill nobody." It's like,
Burn, bitch, burn. Though he has a smile of pure love in that
Yeah.
moment. I've never felt that happiness, and I started to think maybe a bitch should burn.
It turns out that was the day I realized I like burning stuff.
I'm an arsonist.
Also, that
and
was
a
a catalyst to
misogynist,
happy ending.
you know?
Yeah.
Lot of
That's the only
testosterone.
way they were going to be able to keep the bar. She died for a cause.
She
Burn,
did,
bitch,
honestly.
burn.
For Billy.
And he
But,
watches
she-
her burn, and he smiles and turns around until the cops start to come. He's like, "Oh my god, I did it!
Oh my god,
Finally
I'm a
lit
real
up like a
criminal.
Christmas tree."
This feels good. I'm coming back to this scene in a couple days and jacking off over here.
I'm gonna
Fuck
take so many
me.
pictures.
It's like, well, we couldn't figure out who did it, but we found a lot of semen on the scene afterwards.
The guy's actually still over there. He's standing around.
He doesn't have pants on, and I'm pretty sure on that wall it is a built-up, caked-on thing of sperm that just says "Burn, bitch, burn."
Every now and then he just mutters it under his breath. We're out of leads. So,
I think he's a good guy, though.
Kind of pathetic because he thinks he's an arsonist, but this is like his one hit ever, and he's just obsessed with it.
He's normally just a sign spinner out by the Liberty Tax. He just rides the sign like a rocket, and it's his key signature move.
this was his masterpiece.
Maybe if somebody let me listen to my Poison tapes, bitch would. That's
Or-
burn.
You think he
Maybe
got back
he
to
runs
the club
his.
and he was like, he's telling the story and he's like, and she thinks that I'm someone else. And I shit you not, I actually said, "Burn, bitch, burn," and then threw the Molotov cocktail. I was like, "No, you didn't. You made that up after." And he's like, "I
He
swear to
adds
God,
to the story.
I
He goes, "Billy, is that you?" And in that moment, I was like, "Yo, Billy's a retard. Just say something stupid." And I was like,
burn.
"Timmy, chimichanga, bumblebee, tuna." And
You
she
did
bought
not.
it. She fucking bought it.
She literally just stood there while it burned. She could have escaped. It was, I don't.
I do
think
love that him bragging about it. Like, oh, that's fucking fire, bro.
I can't believe you said that.
Oh, I heard what you just said. That's good.
God.
It is
Did the
documentary
place
now,
burn down?
though.
No, it didn't actually. It exploded. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, a lot of alcohol in
It's
there.
documentary now, though. The thin blue line, they bring him in and they don't even know. He goes, he put up a sign that says, "Hey, it's me, kid sister," or whatever.
But yeah, that place does explode. It does not burn for even 5 seconds.
Oh, no.
It explodes.
Oh, man. This thing was made of asbestos and gasoline.
Yeah. To the point that the guy was like, I am way too close to
Or
this right now.
Mimi is drenched in alcohol, like they say in Arrested Development, when they're like, "Don't get too close to that flame, Mom. You'll catch on fire." Mimi is essentially
80%
You know,
alcohol at this
Lindsay.
point.
Yeah, she's
washed in.
90% vodka.
Burn.
So the next scene I think is the best scene in the movie. I don't care what anyone says.
Mimi died.
The police car rolls up to the house and says, "Hey, do you own that bar?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, it burned down,
Someone
and
died.
the woman and the bartender working it died."
He really does say that. He's like, yeah, that's
And they
crazy.
just leave.
Yep.
It's more
He
like,
goes,
we dropped it. Have a good one.
he says all that and he goes, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. And then he turns around and walks off. He doesn't
Yep.
wait for a response. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I would too. After
Good
dropping
luck
that
with your
hot
life.
nugget.
Yeah,
Good luck with that big
I
mentally
will say,
handicapped guy
Scott,
behind you there.
Scott does say, was it Mimi? And the cop's like, he doesn't say anything. He just, like, I love that. He's like, I don't know, dude. We didn't bother.
It's not all about me. It can be you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about us. Us.
Like you have a big fucking hulking idiot behind you. You.
That's why the cops are getting out of there. They're like, oh, he's getting mad.
I would
Oh
too.
shit, Billy's getting
Oh, he's
mad.
getting upset. He's getting upset.
Get in the car.
He doesn't look like he knows how to control emotions yet.
He's trying to
No.
teach the rookie. He's like, we gotta go. He's like, what's he gonna do, dude? He'll pick up the car.
He just put this steel bar in his hands. We gotta go.
I have a gun on me. It won't work.
Yeah. You see that? He made that rebar look like a balloon animal.
He's already
Yeah,
been
it's one
shot
of those-
in the head.
Worst case scenario, he kills us. Best case scenario, we actually
like
manage to
thinking.
kill him, and it's gonna look like police brutality. Like we need
We
to
gotta
get the fuck
go.
out of here.
Here's the other catch. It's going to be a hard-fought battle no matter what.
We don't know if
Between the
bullets
bullet and his brain, yeah.
They got one up there pumping blood.
Eventually, you take so many bullets in the brain, it starts using it as food.
That's where the muscle comes from.
Like he
Getting
gets
stronger.
dumber, but he gets stronger.
It's that boring Princess Mononoke once they shot it.
Raging demon.
So, as they're walking away, because they, like you said, Matt, they give him that bad news, and they're like, good luck with that. And like, Billy's just making this face, like
Scott's also making that face.
the Scott. That's who I meant.
Okay.
Scott is just doing this, like he's like, how do I cry? How do I cry? How do I cry? How do I do this? And then he runs to the backyard, where Billy is sitting on a workout bench.
Workout bench. And then
And he's just like holding himself, like, oh God.
they have a cry session next to the
I didn't
window.
get back
No,
today.
they're-
my bench today.
They have like a really awkward 20-second shot on their faces on the workout bench.
It's like David Lynch, Twin Peaks: The Return, when they would stay on shots too long.
Yeah, but
They
that's
sit on Billy
artistic.
and Scott's face way too long. I'm like, is this
Is he
supposed to be
evil?
No,
saying
it's
like an auteur? No.
honestly, I want to find the screenshot of them trying to cry together, and I'd like to make a poster of that.
Oh my god.
I can grab it for you.
This film actually has a few times when people will just like hold scenes for really long times.
It's
There's
the
one
David
with
Lynch,
Skip
like,
that was
third.
amazing. In the bar, going back, in the bar, Lucky and Mario approach them about wanting to do the fights. They walk up and then stand there in silence for about 8 seconds. And then say
Yep.
something. And when I watched it, I was like, no way. What are they doing?
Nothing.
You look pretty capable. What? Did you forget your line? Did they not cut this?
Let's go with it.
That happens a few more times in this film, and it's amazing. What is... Let's see. They're sad.
And then Lucky and them, they snatch Billy. Scott wants you to come with us. He's going to be out of town for a few days.
I thought he just went on a run. It kind of just came
No,
up.
he had to go. He told us.
Like, really
Okay.
really just came up.
Hey, you want to save that bar, don't you? How about you being a cage match for us?
Wrestling. They call it wrestling
Yeah.
to trick him.
I like wrestling. I don't like fighting. But I like wrestling.
wrestling. Scott wrestles with me.
God, poor Scott.
I win, though, every time.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, you
Scott.
fucking
Every time
do.
they wrestle, please, God, don't let today be the day he kills me.
Or, hold on, it might be the opposite. Scott's like,
Oh,
please.
You, Billy.
Please let him kill
Please
me.
please let today be the day I kill him.
He's sliding,
One of us has to die
sliding
eventually.
his neck in between his bicep. He's like,
Come on.
squeeze just a little harder. Come
Come
on,
on.
Billy. In this for both of us.
Come on,
Please.
Billy. They'll put you in a home, and I'll go to heaven.
Come to the river and pray.
But yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's literally the worst crying scene of all time because they're both just making faces of what they think it looks like for someone to cry.
They're just too manly to cry. That's all it is. I mean,
Granted, Lou was on enough testosterone at this time as he too was crashing. And he thought about crying, but
should I cry? Will that kill me?
Not enough
his
testosterone to
body
beat
rejected
Arnold.
that shit
Hey-oh.
instantly.
I mean, he did win Mr. Olympia twice.
Did he beat Arnold ever?
I thought he beat him once. I can't remember.
Well, he's not better.
Okay, that's not fair.
You are.
I kind of want this
Apparently.
movie now, but with Arnold as Scott.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
This is
That
why
would
I
be
was
scary. That
Billy.
would be scary.
That's
there's
Scott,
no way.
not Billy. That works.
Yes.
Oh, it's Scott. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was
Yeah.
like, fucking Arnold is Billy. I'm like,
I'm just
God.
saying, if Arnold stepped into that cage fight, they would have called the fight off. They've been like, no,
but-
dude. What?
Arnold
This
would
isn't
never.
even the right weight class, you
He's
asshole.
not even human, I think.
Arnold
This is
would
heavyweight.
never
and that's
play
whale like.
fucking Billy. He knows better than that shit. You don't go full retard.
Yeah,
You don't.
but it'd be the one times the cops would watch him and be like, that retard has no chance against that monster.
There's no way.
He's pumping in the gym.
He's lifting weights while killing people in the cage.
I will say my biggest takeaway from this entire movie, besides the fact that it's, a giant piece of shit, but also amazing, is that Arnold is 10,000 times the actor and everything. that
Stage
Lou
There's
presence.
worlds
Ferrigno is.
apart, man. They're not
It's-
even in the same
it's-
fucking
like-
galaxy.
If you think all you have to do is be big and strong to be a great actor like Arnold, you're fucking wrong, because we're seeing it right here in this movie.
No, Lou Ferrigno sucks, but I
Yeah.
mean he's
In a
great
charming
in this, but,
way, though.
I
I
don't-
love the man, but yeah, I do like. Should I put him down? But Arnold
are you
wouldn't do
happy?
that. I'm like, can I put him down?
Damn it,
know?
you can't kill him. Yeah, if you shot Arnold in the head, I believe he'd live. I'd give him a pretty good
And
would
odds.
just
even
get more
bleed.
mad.
His body doesn't give up on him like that.
Yeah, I don't think he'd bleed at all. It would just be a hole.
It just,
He'd
it
plug it
just
with
replaced
somebody's
the gray
bone.
matter with protein, believe it or not.
Yeah,
It's
and you know what
fine.
he would have done? He would have pulled his captain up on that damn helicopter.
How did he get up?
He would. If it came bad, he would
How-
have thrown the helicopter at them. And
How
they'd
long
like,
do
"We
you think
win."
Lou Ferrigno's character in this movie hung off the side of the helicopter bleeding from the brain till the pilot figured out
thing
what the
is,
hell was going on?
this
Like, were they like
movie
20
is-
minutes down and he's like, he's not moving?
This is
Nah,
a fever
guarantee
dream.
it.
He never got off of that helicopter. This is a fever dream. He's been carrying him for years.
I like the idea, though, they get to the next landing zone and they're like, why has he been holding him this whole time? And he's like, you're not going to believe
What?
it. This dude got shot in the head like 5 miles ago.
Yeah, why didn't you land? You were safe to land, like,
Any point.
If we go that way, I like the idea though that they go to land. And like, man, he held him the whole time. And I was like, yeah, but the bottom half of his body's been shot off for the last 15
Don't.
minutes.
Yeah, he's.
He doesn't
Ouch.
know any better.
Not now.
so
He's just
I
holding on
think
to his hand.
this is kind of the point where the movie starts,
Breaking down.
honestly.
Entering the cage.
Well, yeah, so Tony and Mario are feeding Billy. Too many names to remember.
Pure
There's gotta-
steak.
Yeah. They're
They're
feeding him a sandwich.
They're feeding him Subway because this movie has a shit ton of product placement while he's
Yeah,
drinking
somehow.
a Pepsi.
Do you think they put the products in there hoping they would get paid for them, not understanding how product placement?
Oh yeah,
Because they, yeah.
Hey, like,
This
we
is
made
like
this
a
movie and
candy
put your
film.
stuff in it, give us money, and Pepsi's like, fuck you. We're not.
my
You're
favorite.
lucky we don't sue you into oblivion, asshole.
My favorite. It's the only reason I'm bringing up the product placement is a whole running gag of this scene, if you can call it that. Is they keep having to grab stuff for his Subway sandwich, which makes zero sense because the entire point of Subway It's you make it how you fucking want it.
Build it
And
as
fully
Yeah,
delete
but
the ability.
hold on. But imagine you send Billy up to a subway line. He's not gonna know what to say.
I mean, he
But
knows mustard and pickles, so.
He holds
yeah,
up 3 fingers and like, you want a number 3? 3. 3.
three.
He just comes in here and shouts
What do you
numbers.
want, sir? Do you want the
But
ham
they
turkey?
they
3.
feed this big ass dude 1 6-inch sub. Like that's gonna do anything. Okay,
needs
snack
2
time
foot
over.
long.
When's second lunch?
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Sorry,
Subway
Matt.
was a thing in the
Hobbit
80s.
time.
I didn't either, honestly. Matt, what were you gonna say about more product placement? I cut you off.
No, I
there.
think that was it. I
Oh,
think.
well, I'm glad I cut you off.
Yeah,
then,
me too.
'cause
Look, hey, better
But
for
yeah,
all of us.
It'd be weak
It's
sauce.
kind of weird because he asked for a pickle, and Tony's like, "What the fuck? You ain't getting no fucking pickle." And then he asked for mustard, and Tony's like, "No mustard, we can do.
Yeah, get
him
him
some
mustard. Get it, don't back talk him. Just get
But
the
this
good
is
mustard.
when Mario plays the whole like, yeah, I'm ready to hear this. How are you going to talk him into this? So what is it you want me to do? Yeah, explain that, boss.
I love
Like,
that
like,
part.
Tell him,
Aren't you all
boss.
on the same fucking page?
I
Yeah,
know,
boss,
but
good luck.
I do love the idea of Mario's like, please tell me you're going to explain this guy's going to fight to the death.
I did love it too because I was like, this is a good point. It's just like wrestling, Billy.
Oh, shit, he did
Well, I
figure
like
it
the
out.
idea. At first, they pitched something else to him, and he wasn't down. Like, so have you ever heard of pornography, Billy? How would you feel about being in a movie where you get to pretend?
You could be the Italian stallion.
Jesus.
Scott says I shouldn't be on camera.
Scott says I am the Italian stallion that I ride the best. What? What are you and Scott doing, Billy?
Scott
says
said
not
not
to
to
tell.
toe a sore tag.
Scott said don't talk about it.
That's me.
Wait a
too.
second.
Anytime
Do
Billy
we think Scott's the real bad guy here and is abusing
They're all
Billy?
bad guys in this.
I mean,
film.
there's something going on here. Well, actually, you know what? We don't have to guess. He literally puts Billy up. He's okay with the whole fighting and killing thing, really, in the end.
Yeah, good job, Billy. Proud of you, buddy.
Ohana mean
You
family.
served a purpose.
No, Billy. Ohana mean you get in that cage and you fight.
The doctor said you would never serve a purpose, and look who was wrong today, Billy.
Mhm, proving them wrong every time, Billy. Now get in there. You got 30 minutes.
And if you die, I got an insurance claim and VA benefits coming my way.
You know how it is, Billy. Well, you don't, but
Me thinking long time about financial security.
we also, I think we might have skipped at this point that Scott has hunted down the Diablos gang, right?
Well, we were gonna get to that other side quest after, because like I
Yeah,
said, this is
yeah,
where the movie
Go through
starts.
some of these.
How does he remember that?
I can
Tattoo.
tell you. I can tell you. He's at the
Tattoo.
police station. He's talking to the cop, and the cop is like, we'll get to it when we can. If he was a kid, we'd get to it faster. He puts down the coffee mug, and it's got the exact devil tattoo this guy had
Which
on his
raises
arm. It's a
questions.
very specific devil. It is not
What's
a
that
normal
cop
devil.
doing?
Yeah. Why does the cop have that?
I thought, man, in this moment, I was like, is this cop part of the gang, and he's working from the inside?
If he is, he's not being very covert about it.
I don't
Well,
know.
I didn't say
I don't
the
know
movie
where
was
Billy
smart,
is.
much
I
like
mean,
Billy.
he could be anywhere. He could be in downtown Chinatown fighting in a cage for his life. I don't know.
Chinatown. Huh. What if I go to Chinatown and ask two random Chinese
Oh my God,
students?
he hopped out on the street there, and I was dying. He goes, "Hey, you heard about this fight tonight?
He's like, you're not going to believe it. Yes.
Hey guys, where can I find some action?" And you know those in
I
real
know
life,
the
it'd be like,
first rule of
"This
Fight
guy
Club.
hitting on us?"
I know the first rule of Fight Club's nothing, you
I
know, but can
know.
you point general direction? Like,
I know the
Two
first
blocks.
rule of fight the minority club. Because I see your type, good sir. I know what you're about.
I'm not colorblind. I know what you.
Are you going out it the Mark Wahlberg way? Some Vietnamese guys deserve to get their ass kicked.
Jesus.
But,
But
yeah.
he hunts him down. I don't know. Do we want to go through over him the really bad car chase scene that?
Oh my God. I fell asleep to this almost
Yeah.
2 different times.
The only part I love about this in the beginning part, there's a part when a woman's like, "You won't shoot a woman," as she's holding a knife, and he just beats
Oh
the
my
crap out of
God.
her.
He pops up and goes, "Yeah, you ain't gonna shoot a woman, away."
He
And
just
then he
beats-
just straight decks the bitch. I was
And
like,
then-
fuck yeah.
He finds the guy that burned down the bar in Mimi. How does he kill this guy again?
He tracks him down to their headquarters because he's back with the guy in charge. And he's like, "You let him here." And he goes, "I didn't, man. He didn't follow me." And somehow he magically does. We even watch him. I'm like, "How does he know?"
He definitely.
And then he
lost
pops in with the shotgun and he starts beating him the fuck up and blowing him, shooting him.
But he catches one of them on fire, right?
All right. So the head guy of the gang, he shoots because he pulls the gun. And the other guy, who's still talking shit, as Brett said earlier, he catches this fuck on fire. And there is some regret. But I actually had to debate it a bit. He's got regret, but he looks the whole time and he thinks about shooting him to put it over quickly. And then he says no.
There's
He
the part
says,
where the guy literally says, "Please shoot me."
"Please end it."
But he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. That's why he doesn't regret it that much.
He's like, "I've not put Billy down yet out of his suffering. I'm not putting you."
I've seen what bullets do to the brain, buddy.
We all,
You just come back
we all
stronger
get
and
to escape
stupider.
this life.
No, well, at first they make him. He shoots the guy. And puts a hole right through his stomach, right? But they don't let him shoot him until that guy pulls a gun on him. So
Yep.
it's like we're supposed to still believe that Scott is this nice guy.
Oh my God, he's not. He's the worst. Actually, Scott might be the bad guy in this movie. I want everybody to know.
Actually, I need my mentally handicapped boy. I need him now.
Uh-huh.
But he throws that Molotov cocktail and that guy lights up, and you could see he did not like that.
There is some
They-
choices. But he goes the one way where he says, "I'm not even going to end this quickly." He lets that man burn to
I
death.
enjoyed this stuff.
well, once he was committed to it, he's like, "Yeah, I guess this is the
Fuck
way
you.
it is."
The reality is, he was probably
He's
out of
going
ammo.
to say, "This is a bit much." Instead, he was like, "It's not done yet."
It's just it's funny because that guy's like, "I didn't mean to hurt nobody, man. I didn't know that lady was in that place."
Burn, bitch, burn.
It's like, really? Because I have you recorded saying "burn, bitch, burn."
In fact, everyone I killed on the way here told me that you told them
Yeah,
I've
about
been
stuff.
talking
honestly.
about it, man.
You
He
wrote
came
it
back
down in
playing
your
and took
manifesto.
pictures like trophies.
Such a good, yeah. I'm trying to remember what happens. Are we at Billy fighting now?
No, so what happens next is
I swear I missed
there's
this
that
part.
oil man who has his guy die in the ring, who would have won the fight, except he starts showing off, right? And then Chang just hits him from behind and kills him.
He discombobulates him.
And then does one of these in his ears
Yeah.
and kills him. The oil
Let's
man's like,
work
"Well,
move.
shit, you killed my dude." And he's like, "Well, if you want, we can dispose of it." He's like, "Yep, that's fine."
Yeah, yeah. Of
That's
course.
fine. Let me get out
So
of here.
then-
We'll pay you money.
Then they don't have any more fighters, but Tony shows up and is like, "Hey, I've got a fighter," and he's like, "He's unproven. He can't fight Chong, whatever. But also, you don't have any money to bet, so what the fuck is this?"
Luckily,
And that's where his boy Costello shows up, the biggest caricature you've ever seen in a fucking movie.
I got cigars. I spit. And, like,
Friendly
at one
racist.
time, his
Things.
accent changed
Yeah.
greatly, man.
Yeah.
Super addicted to gambling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mob.
Also,
boss,
where
baby.
are we? Didn't they say we were in, like, California at one point?
Yeah,
And
we're
then
in
there was,
Cali.
like,
I think
a New
LA.
York mafia member that comes in.
Hey, they're all
Yeah.
over. Everybody
Watch
gets
out
one.
for the tongs.
Tongues.
Tongs.
Tongues.
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 You say tong.
You say wrong.
Oh, this guy's awesome though.
But yeah, he's sitting there running his mouth like, "I want a piece of the action. You slant eyes got all this, and if you're making money off something, the mafia's gonna get in on it. You understand that?"
Us wide eyes mean we're always paying attention on you old slant eyes. Hello, yellow man. Also, this is when he busts out one of the Asian member gang or Tong member gang as a cop.
Yeah,
I know,
we've
he's so
kind of
nice.
ignored that whole plot line, and I think that's for the greater good.
To be fair, I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
the
I'm
film
gonna
ignored
not.
it,
I'm gonna
too.
bring it up in that, and then we move on because
Well,
it's stupid.
okay, good. Because
There's
a part
also
I
a
gotta
random
ask.
reporter.
Yeah, I have a question
I
for the
can't
reporter
do
when we
it.
get to it. But yeah, the
That
guy named
means
Tiger
we're past it, I
Joe,
think.
which
Tiger Joe,
I'm
yeah.
just putting that out there. Like that is obviously a fake. What's your Asian name? Tiger. Okay, that's
Joe.
good. Joe. Shoo.
Is it
Something's
good?
You're a cop.
or dumb.
You're a fucking cop.
They call me Long Dong, like Costello calls him.
Oh, he calls him No Dog.
He does.
He calls him Long Dog, No Dog.
Can we agree that Costello might be the best character to get introduced?
Yes, I
in
think
this
Matt
movie?
said it a moment ago, and I think he's right. Costello won me. At
He
first, I was
just
like, "This is so fucking stupid," and then I was like,
He calls
"But he's
everything like he sees it, you know? No filter on this
Bong
racist
dong.
old man.
He also is the only reason the back half of this movie works because it just
Yeah.
completely falls apart, and he's willing to just let it ride. He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
His house of cards was falling apart."
if he doesn't show up, then Tony burned down a bar and kidnapped a retarded man for no reason.
I guarantee they would have saw Billy and they would have made it. They'd be like,
I don't know. No, your fighter's unproven. Like that's.
No, they would have
Then
killed.
again,
They would have killed Lucky and just taken Billy.
We
Ah,
will
gotcha.
take this hulking monster.
They will find a use for him.
I would watch a sequel.
He doesn't
where
have pants. He's just smearing shit on things.
He's,
All right.
he's killed
Yeah, they're
half
like,
our
okay,
men.
Tony, we could do the fight, but it's got to be a week from now. And Tony's like, I can't keep him for more than a week.
I can't
God.
feed him.
He shits
You
on
know how much-
everything.
Do you know how much daycare is a week?
It's a full-time job. I really feel bad for that Scott guy.
Water.
Huh?
I'm hearing water.
I think you might have just heard my dog clip-clopping in here because she's confused.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's deaf, so she does like rounds at night where she checks on each room, but like she
Okay.
can't hear, so she just freaked out because she saw me in the corner of her eye and walked in here and then left.
I like to
What are you
think
doing in
Yeah,
here?
she got the coconuts from Monty Python when she
Yeah,
walks.
she has like bad hips and we have hardwoods, so she got kind of like clip cloppies around.
No, it isn't. You got two coconuts and you're banging them together.
Oh shit, he caught me. But yeah, this whole back half of the it's skipping ahead a little. They go to a prison cell, right? I think
Alright.
this happens around the same time, right? Scott,
Well, not yet.
This is okay.
Yeah, actually, you're fine.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Scott, not Trader Joe, Tiger Joe, and reporter get stuck in a prison
King.
cell together, and the reporter knows Scott, and I missed that part in the movie, and I just did not have the heart to rewind it.
Matt, it's
Does
hilarious
she?
you say that. I watched this movie twice and I skipped over it on accident every time. I was like, huh?
Does she know him? For
Yes,
Yes.
they 100%.
He says it. He goes out of his way. He's like, oh, this is where
It's-
you've been.
Yeah,
It's like,
and she's like you, and she's like real close to him the whole time, and I
real?
was
Oh,
like,
that makes sense how they're like getting
Does it?
together at the end.
because I don't think anybody witnessed how they did.
okay, I was just curious if you guys saw what happened because I didn't, and I'm like, I cannot find this, and
I
I'm not
don't-
going
I-
back. Like,
I don't believe you that they knew each other. I think
They
they,
do.
threw that
They
in to
make-
explain it.
Both times I watched them talking about, like, their interaction says, hey, we had an interaction earlier in the movie. I was like, okay,
they
where
never
was that?
did.
Exactly.
It-
Okay, maybe I
it's-
didn't pass out like I thought I did. The world just
shit. That's
happened.
worse.
They never did. That's bullshit.
Look, I don't know. Are you mad at us or the film? You know, I don't know what to
I
say.
don't.
know whose side
I
I'm
think
on.
you guys are trying to explain away this bullshit plot.
No, we are trying to tell you that they didn't explain it. We just got lost and confused, and then we were like, and now hearing about it, I'm like, nope. What happened there is that's bad filmmaking. We were
Yeah, they
caught a
never
bad
ran into
movie.
each
Pe
other.
You wrote a bad song.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's dumber, is them claiming they did, or the fact that they didn't, and they just
And
like
them
run
claiming they
into each
did?
other in the prison cell, and they all become best friends, explaining everything that's ever happened in their entire life. I'm a reporter. I'm trying to check down this ring. I'm doing this and this. I'm a police officer, dude.
I shot
I
two of
wouldn't
his
just
men.
start volunteering that information. Maybe you still have a chance. To
Let's
win
find out
here.
who I've got here right now.
Okay, I went back and watched it to make sure it wasn't crazy. He enters the room, and the very first thing he says, hey, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I was investigating a story. What about you? That seems pretty generic. But then he goes, I was following Billy here. She goes, Billy, I think I saw him.
I know. Yes, exactly.
No. I don't care. They don't know each other. There is no.
You know what? You just think everybody on the street knows that hulking fucking beast?
She's a reporter. She knows of giant men that could rip limbs off like a goddamn gorilla. all
Oh,
through
that's a
town.
kink. That's a kink. That's not reporting. That's a kink.
Yeah, it turns out she is not that.
Giant men stomp on me, Billy, and act like you don't understand what I'm saying. I
I
don't.
don't understand what you're saying.
Now they're hugging each other and sitting next to each other, holding hands.
Yeah,
I'm-
this is what I'm saying. They grow close and they like become partners.
They
in
had a
life.
starting point we don't know about is the problem.
No, this movie is so full of over exposition that you would think they would explain.
Oh,
it
I didn't
better.
know we should not fault the movie with a giant functioning fucking idiot who had a bullet go through his head and all we saw was gush gush, and now he can't think. He didn't look
Well-
like he could think before.
I feel better now though because I swear when I watched it, I was like, "There's no way I, missed this
tried
interaction."
that. I tried.
But there is no
Not-
actual interaction.
tried.
Though.
So good, but bad.
No,
That's
there's
good.
bullshit. Can we talk about how the cop gets put in there? So, Costello straight up says,
what I'm saying.
"No dong, long dong, whatever is a cop," and they're like,
right
"He
all
is?"
night long.
And they automatically throw him in jail without any other evidence.
I need to start
and
doing
the-
this. I'm gonna start going to mafia or tongue
cop.
meetings and be like, "That's a cop right there."
He's
I know
wearing a
that's what
wire.
I'm saying. But the problem is they never confirm it. They throw him in prison, and the first thing he does when someone comes into prison is, "I'm a cop."
He's
It's like,
ready to
dude-
suck that dick immediately.
It's like, dude, don't give that up so easily. That might
play
be
the
a bad
game.
guy.
Hey guys, I'm
All
on
of a
your
sudden,
side. What do you do?
Scott knocks on the door. He's like, "Yep, he admitted he's a cop."
Guys, you're not
Kill
gonna
him.
believe this. He's a cop.
And this fucking reporter, is that what you said? She thinks she knows me.
Scott, I've known
I
you
said
for
the name.
years.
She's like, "No, you casually dropped the name Billy, so I just wanted to pretend like I knew who the fuck that was."
Billy, why'd you say that name?
I just try to look
He's
cool.
my special needs
Martha?
friend. He's my
Martha?
special needs friend.
Martha.
I have a
It's my
special
Billy.
needs friend named Billy.
You've got an idiot you carry around me, Billy. I too have one of those.
Oh, I can't kill you now.
So
Is your
Billy
name
does
Lois
get in his
Lane reporter?
fucking Billy. Billy fights his first guy in the cage.
Kills his first man, you
Cage,
mean?
not the cage. Cage.
Yeah. In cage, yeah.
What? No, he's killed
Um,
many other men.
He
Has
fights. Yeah, he has. He kills his first man in the cage. Yeah. In cage.
There
Sorry.
you go. We gotta play by the rules.
in Cage. In the cage in the movie Cage.
Yeah, fair enough. But so he's fighting against Costello's man, and he kills him. First, he's like losing. He's like, "You thought wrestling fair," and that's where Tony says, "You big." What does he call him?
You big
Oh.
stupid faggots.
Well, hold on. That's one time. He also, at another point, says, "Get your retarded faggot ass up," which was that one just delivered with hate. Like, that was.
I love you.
After
I love
he
you.
just kissed this guy's ass, like this is our go-to meal ticket. Hey, you big stupid faggot.
He just cares so much, you know.
This is the conundrum of being a man, I guess. No fucking homo.
Love you. We'll get ice cream.
Got this.
You know, I love you, Billy. You make me so mad sometimes. That's all. I don't
Just so
want to hurt you.
incompetently
I know, boss.
terrible.
You tuna casserole because you care.
Billy, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. Just don't say a word. Let me talk.
I know,
Let
boss.
me talk. Billy, I swear to God, put a bullet in your
Oh,
brain.
how to mean family, boss. All right, that's it.
We shouldn't have let you watch that fucking movie.
Damn. I was hoping it would teach you that you're a freak like Stitch and to stay away.
It's like, it's weird. We let you watch Lilo and Stitch one time, and that's all you can say. I show you Bloodsport 1,000 times. You get in the cage and act like
They're
a
like this. They go, "Oh, you watch Lilo and Stitch and you can learn that." But somehow you can't learn to stop shitting in your pants. Thanks, Billy.
I think you're choosing to do it, Billy.
Yeah.
Can't
Hey,
pick and choose.
There's
when
that
you're
eye
retarded.
contact. He's making eye contact again when he does it. Why is there a,
Perfectly
a
normal.
twinkle in your eye, you fucking freak?
I'm laughing. Oh.
Stop making
Right.
eye contact. You don't ever look me in the eye as you shit your pants.
So Billy does get in his first fight here. He starts getting his ass kicked because he doesn't understand. He's like, he's not fighting fair. He eventually just goes apeshit crazy on this guy.
I want to point out one cool moment. The guy drop kicks him and he blocks it with his bicep, which was amazing.
The guy drop kicked him 4 times.
Yeah, but the one time
And on the 4th time, Billy
This
was
is
like, "Are
frustrating.
you fucking stupid?"
he literally
had
flexes his
it,
bicep and
had it.
knocks him down.
If anything, you've been powering me up.
It didn't work the first 4 times, bud.
What kind of guy attempts to drop kick 4 times in a fight?
I need a lover with
Even
the
if it works
soft
the first
dick.
3 times,
This is
which it
Costello's
did.
guy, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, like, when Costello was recruiting guys, like, so what do you do? He's like, I can drop kick. Like, really good.
He's
Man,
like,
look
"You
at
got
that.
any other moves?" Nope.
Don't need him.
If I don't defeat him with the drop kick, I'm not gonna win the fight.
I'm still
But
here.
it's worked every time
Yeah.
so far.
And you don't think anyone could ever block that? Nope.
No.
Not with all the strength of a million
Do you see
men.
my
I mean,
foot coming
if they do,
down?
just do
Look
it
at that.
again.
Here's the thing, boss. I don't learn.
I love that
If that
Billy's
works
so
for Billy, maybe it'll work with you.
Billy's so stupid he can't figure out how to fight, but he masters this guy's one move. You know what I mean? That guy fights so dumb that
Billy,
Billy figures
genius.
out how to
Yeah,
defeat him.
Billy, figure you out.
Yeah, all you had to do was not drop kick 4th
Think
time. You
what that
dumbass.
does to your fucking confidence moving forward. Billy figured you out. You're the one thing Billy fucking figured out.
He didn't even beat me with
Like,
brute
he goes in
strength.
his
He
punch, like-
actually countered me.
He's like, I don't know. I have zero confidence in my punch now because I got figured out.
The question: does Billy kill that guy or no?
No, because they
I
mentioned.
thought he did.
Well, they say if he's
I
still
thought he
alive,
told
kill him.
Costello your man died.
No, he said.
No, that was to the oil guy.
Yeah.
I know, but I
Cos-
think it happened again.
No,
thought
Costello
it-
says if he's not dead, because it looked like he moved, he said kill him when you get him out of there. So,
Okay. I swear I thought the Asian guy comes over and he's like, he's died or some shit, but I might be wrong.
no,
It starts getting confusing, man.
Billy does kill the next fighter, though.
Intentionally. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love he has his second fight. 30 minutes from now, he shall fight again, or you all shall be dead.
Okay, so this is the problem that I have with this setup. I get it, the rules are made up. But if you're going to lose a bet and then change the rules, no one would ever bet with you and this whole thing falls apart. Right? Like,
100%.
I mean, the only people who's changing
even
the
the legal
rules with
stuff, you have
are
integrity on, like...
the handlers. It's the only people who's changing the rules with are the
Yeah.
handlers. The betters don't know. They're just like, we got a second fight tonight
I
with that
guess,
freak.
but if it's forced, you know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those, like, you have to have some integrity or that no one's ever going to play.
Yeah, so there's this big thing,
I think they just like
kind
to
of
bet.
running back on all these crime families and stuff. Costello is really big about when he gives people money, being like, if you want, you can count it. And then they're like, they'll either say, no, I don't want to count it. He looks relieved. Or if they say, I want to count it, he's like, we'll do that later.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll talk
worry
about that
about
later.
it. I thought they would get back to the fact that all his money is fake.
And
They never
scamming
go
him.
back to that. But I don't understand why it's such a big deal for him to be like, you can count it if you want. Don't count it.
I
though.
think it was
Don't
just
do
they had
that.
empty space and he just wrote lines in.
Or he's such a damn good actor.
Or he meant it, maybe.
You're like,
He didn't even know
oh,
the
he
film.
said the count it thing again.
Yes, that's our favorite.
And then when they said, yeah, we'll count it, he said, nah, don't
Shit.
do that.
No, we don't have room.
Just,
That takes
just a
too-
couple actors riffing off each other right there.
You're not supposed to say no in improv, Calcedo.
So he's getting ready to fight. In 30 more minutes, he's got to fight the champion, Chang or Chong or
And-
whatever his name is, Chunk.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, our Scott decides they're going to set a fire in their prison
And
area.
they're in closed prison area.
Yeah. Which somehow works. I don't understand that.
They make the woman take her pants off because they need more flammable material, and then it cuts out, and Tiger Joe
I
still has
don't
all his
know
clothes
this.
on.
The same little move.
And
It was useless, but they got her pants off, so they won.
they're like, they
They-
won't
you
want
know,
the
they're
smoke
like-
alarm to go off, and it's like, dude, they're gonna kill you. I don't.
Who
What?
cares? That's what I was like. What do they care if they're in there burning? It's just like him watching that that guy go on fire. He's like, please shoot me.
I guess like
now.
that is they don't want the fire department or something called, but it's like by the time the smoke is seen outside for that, you're dead. Like we're past that.
Yeah.
But it works because it has to, I guess.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
That's a way to explain that shit. Yeah, it's stupid. But yeah, they trick the guards and get out, and we don't see them out until Billy fights Chong, right?
Yeah, they're doing
Yep.
their own shenanigans for a while. They're just walking
And
around.
honestly, if Billy would just fight, none of these fights would take very long.
No.
He can kill.
I actually think, for the most part, he beats the shit out of Chong until he gets distracted.
Well, before we get
Yep.
to Chong, we're missing. He has 30 minutes with Lucky and Mario, and it's very
Yeah.
weird because this is when Mario
Well-
gets Stockholm syndrome,
Yeah.
and he
You
starts
mean-
relating to Billy, and he's like, "I know what it's like to have no one and then to find a friend," and it's like, all right, kind of generic and vague. Me and Tony are like you and Scott, and it's like definitely not, but okay, keep going,
Yeah.
I guess, man. Like I see
No,
what
you're
you're
the
doing.
opposite.
He's like,
You're
I
the
don't want you to
handler.
fight, but I need you to go in there and fight. And it's like,
Oh, they talk him into it.
they do.
It works.
And
The
then-
guy, he works.
And then Lucky is like, oh, that was brilliant. And Mario's like, you disgust me. And it's like, Mario, you don't get to take the high road, bud. You just like
Yeah.
pandered to this dude. Like you
You're
pandered to the
just as
special
bad.
need
If anything, you
kid.
confuse him more. You're,
And-
you're worse.
He promised him ice cream and definitely did not get him ice cream. So
that's
that also definitely happened. So really weird
did we
moment.
get ice
Oh,
cream?
and this is the moment when probably the weirdest line of the movie is uttered. When he's like, "I don't want you to die," and Billy goes, "I died a long time ago."
It's just the saddest
God.
fucking thing I've ever watched.
And I was like, "Come on, Mario, just let him die in the ring, Jesus,
I
dude."
died a long time ago.
Just-
Holy shit, Billy. That puts everything into perspective.
I know.
Billy,
now
do
I
you-
feel it a different way.
Billy, do you not want to be here? I don't want to be here anymore. Like in general,
I just don't want to be around.
like in this room, or I just don't want to. Oh my
yeah, he just
god, Lucky, he's
Fuck, I
suicidal.
forgot that quote. That's fucking dark as hell.
It is,
The
man, and in
whole
that
scene
moment,
is-
and then we cut to them abusing him, like manipulating him. Still,
It's a.
they didn't take that to heart. They're like, "Oh shit, we shouldn't do this because this is all wrong."
They're like,
Instead,
Billy,
they're
you
like,
gotta.
"We get it."
Billy, that's deep, but you got to keep that inside. But we got stuff to get done. I want to
Billy,
die.
here's the thing: that's
Cool.
deep, and you're not really known for that. So,
Billy, I
dig
think
deep
you're
and
trying
chill.
to process emotions that you're having a hard time with. Let's just not. We don't need to.
Boo, boo to that, Billy.
Boo. Come on, Billy. Let's go kill Chunk. And then he fights
And
Chunk.
then we'll go play some pinball later. Master Blaster.
Master. Yeah, so we go fight Chunk or Chang. I forgot his actual name now. This is terrible.
I heard both on there, man.
I
Just
did
like
too.
when they give Billy the
Oh my
name, Gongjiang or something.
Guanzhong. It
Like-
means, number one or champion.
They say it different each time.
Yes.
Guanjin.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Gongjiang.
So
I was like,
during
huh?
this fight, he's getting his ass beat. I'll let Brett do the fight war, but I just want to go over this. There's a part when Mario says something like he doesn't know what he's doing or something. I don't know. And Lucky says something like, well, he's a blah, 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 blah. I don't know what he said. I
Blah, blah, blah.
rewinded it, and I turned on the closed captions, and it said indecipherable. And I want to take a screenshot because I've never felt so let down in my life on something. I'm like, what?
I'm gonna make some gifs, whatever from this movie because I think there's a lot of little moments in here that fit with life. You know,
It's such a good
I've
moment.
been dead for a long time. Works.
That one I find that I'll watch it again later on today.
I'm gonna make it though, and then when people are like, "How you doing today?" I'm gonna send it out like, "Been dead for a long time."
I died a long time ago.
Died a long time ago.
Oh, wow, that's deep, buddy. That's
But-
crazy.
He actually is winning this fight pretty early. I don't know what distracts him, but he's just like playing around with him.
He
and
checks
that's
out
when
kind of.
He gets hit
Tony's
in the
like,
temple.
"What the fuck is wrong with him?" He's like, "He's doing good, Tony. He just doesn't understand."
You don't know no better, boss.
Yeah, and that's when he just starts getting pounded in the temple over and over.
It's giving him flashbacks.
Every one of
getting
us
shot in
was
the
like,
head.
we all thought he was gonna get his mind back.
Oh my god! I
Yeah,
was
he gets
cheering
hit in
for
that
it.
exact same spot, and I kept thinking,
I thought it jolted
He's gonna-
something in him.
it's gonna fix him. He's gonna become like. Do you think he was ever that smart though? What if
Square root of
Scotch is like
49
honestly?
Fuck you.
Square root of 4 is 2. Oh my God, Billy,
That's good enough, bud.
you're back to where you were.
Shit. I used the toilet today.
Better than
What?
ever, Scott.
But he hits
Well, let's
him
not
in
get
the
ahead of
temple.
ourselves, Billy.
Like 15 times. He just punches him right in the fucking
This is the
temple.
part of the movie I thought he was going to have Vietnam flashbacks and start going wild on the crowd.
Well,
Like,
he did a
Well,
bit.
he does. Yeah, I will say that crowd is way too Asian for a man that fought in
He's getting
Vietnam
hate
with
from the
PTSD.
crowd. The whole time he's looking out and he's like, oh no.
all I see is enemies.
You made me not think my own blood.
So yeah, he's experiencing the whole getting shot in the head again, but it goes back before that of when he's like fighting people in Vietnam and everything, and he can kind of remember how he used to fight. So I think it does bring something back in him. He's just not smart.
The one thing it knocks back into him is his thirst for blood.
It really
Kill the
does, though,
man.
because
He wants to
it goes
kill.
straight from like him getting shot and get hit in the head, and he's seeing all that, and then he goes back to when he was on the ground in Vietnam, beating the shit out of the Viet Cong, and that's when he becomes a man again and beats the shit out of Chang.
And not like just like random strengths. He actually has like technique now.
Yeah, he has moves. He does like a roundhouse kick. He does like a bunch of kicks and stuff.
Followed that by a broken sentence, and you know he's still an idiot, but he's a killing
But
machine.
he's all idiots.
Yeah, but now he's an idiot that is more capable of killing, and I
Which
think
is
that's scary.
scary.
Because like at the end of this, like Scott's new girlfriend is like, we have to talk about Billy. Like, what's your plan?
We got to talk about Billy. Yeah, he's gonna have to go to a home.
Like he beats the shit out of Chang, then jumps up on like the top of the cage, wraps his legs around him, and snaps his fucking neck as if it's nothing.
And in that moment, the innocence of a retard is gone.
It's all gone because he clearly knows what he's
He
doing.
knew he had bloodthirst.
Yeah. And
Berserker's rage.
once a man like that kills, like that's all he wants.
It's like
so.
when a dog gets to taste the blood, you're done. You know,
Yeah.
Billy's just a shark in the water filled with Vietnamese people that he hates.
Billy in the
And
water.
he does. At the end of the fight, he's looking around at all these Asian people. He's just like staring at
He's
them.
like, how many can I kill?
Dim
before
sum
they end
chow
me?"
mein.
Looks
He's
at his
thinking.
hands. He's trying to count.
Enough.
Well, that's a problem.
And then they start
He didn't
chanting
gain his
for him,
counting
which is
back.
yeah. When they start chanting for him, they all just save their own lives. Because
Yep.
if they hadn't done that, he would have fucking killed them all.
In his head, that was them
Right, I am a
apologizing.
god.
Don Young.
What's up, me?
I'm the greatest.
It goes out to Mimi.
But it's kind of sweet because Mario runs into the cage after he breaks that man's neck, and he's like chanting with him, and he's got his arm around him.
He's
Like,
crying.
Yeah, Mario loves this guy. He really does.
Mario loves
And,
Princess
and
Peach.
Tony is freaking the fuck out.
Oh, they should be.
Costello comes up to Tony and he's like, "What does Guanjun mean? Why are they all chanting that?" He means it means #1 champion. It's like, what does it? Which one does it mean though, Tony?
Yeah, that's
like,
a
pick
lot.
one.
It doesn't
Number
translate
one.
well. I'm sure it translates better than what you're saying. Yeah, we still have one more fight in this film. It's the crazy part
Yeah.
of this.
I wish the
Yeah.
story, when he said, what does that mean, had turned into like a whole giant story within itself. It means simpleton who through the power of love and admiration, learns
Come
how
out
to
number
kill a-
one in a specific set of trials and tasks for which
and
he
his
was
hate
designed
of
for.
Asians.
Great power bestowed by Zodiac sign. All right, Lucky, you're fucking
It means
with me.
teach a man to fish and he shall eat for life. What?
Teach a man to kill with a ring, he shall eat forever.
He will own another man.
Recent Chinese proverb.
It also speaks to the Ming Dynasty. We're trying to go through a whole political stance
The
here.
divine
too.
mandate. Yeah.
Billy is very into the Communist Party.
But immediately after the fight,
Marxism.
the main bad guy, I forget his name right now.
Oh, no, fuck.
Shit.
Um,
Not Tiger Joe.
got it,
That's
I
who
got
I
it, I
always
got
think it is.
The guy who runs the whole
Businessman.
fight.
Let's call him Mr. Businessman. Yeah, him.
Chinese businessman?
Yep.
Chinese American crime lord Tin Lum Yin.
I love how we
I'm
had to
not
get through
saying that.
so many descriptors to get to the name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's pissed, and he just goes up and says, "Well, you got to fight again. Sorry."
Mm-hmm. And this
30
is when
minutes
the whole
from
scene
now.
breaks
He's got
down.
a thing with 30 fucking minutes.
And that's where Costello says, "I'm gonna put 200 grand," or he's like, "You got more than that," and he's like, 500 grand. He's like, "I will only respect you if you put 1,000,000." And he's like, "All right, fine, let's do 1,000,000."
He fucks himself over here, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
they
he
allow
does.
He
the
should've
rules
cut
to
his
change
losses.
again for who fights.
Yeah,
You would think they wouldn't blow it out. And he'd be like, you lost.
he's clearly a bad businessman, because a businessman would be like, "All right, well, I lost this. Now I need to find a way to take Billy from."
Yeah, a businessman would be, hey, I'm going to clear your debts, but I get Billy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
and
that.
I don't kill you,
Everything's
you
cool.
walk away.
No, boss, he don't want to fight no more.
I get Billy and
you
Mario.
die.
I don't care.
Yeah. Mario comes with him.
Mario
Yeah.
can be in the ring too. He can protect him.
Mario, you're going to be my salacious chrome over there. You know?
But instead, he puts himself in an unwinnable position of, we're doing another one, double or nothing kind of thing, which is so stupid for a businessman. Like, if you're running a casino, you're like, "All right, another hit again. No, you cut your losses, you get the fuck out of there, and you live.
You
to
make
run
your
a
money.
business
You
another
make
day.
all your money back the next day. Yeah.
Yeah, because best case is he wins his money back. Worst case is he decides to kill all these people, thus ending any kind of business dealings he'll have with anyone forever.
My favorite version of how this movie ends. But you might be wondering, who are they going to fight? They killed the champion. Well, thanks to Trader Joe, we find out that the East Coast champion landed this morning, which
Oh, yeah.
raises so many more questions.
Yesterday.
Like, do they have
That-
regionals? Is it like AFC versus NFC? Do they have a Midwest champion?
You
can see
live
that.
or die.
It's like a video game, or it's like what's the Clint Eastwood movie where he goes around fighting people?
Oh,
Tango and Cash.
monkey, orangutan. Any
Yeah.
way
Tango and Cash.
but loose.
Oh,
Any which way but loose. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, right? Yeah, and he goes to different areas to fight people, and you have to be the champion of this area. So I think
Get
that's
off
what
my
this is.
monkey.
But what the problem with this is, this East Coast champion never seems like a bad guy at all. He's probably a guy that has
This
kids
is
at
what
home
I
and
was
thinks he's just
telling-
fighting. Yeah, he's
He's
just a
their
fighter.
Billy. He's the East Coast Billy. He just got snatched up and he
He
can't
wasn't
count.
gonna kill anyone. He just wanted to fight.
Exactly.
that poor guy does not stand
Well,
a chance. Turns out Scott's a
we'll
way
get to
better
that.
fighter.
Oh
Billy,
man,
he
Scott's
is.
been
That-
fighting
yeah.
Billy for years though.
Honestly,
He's been
if-
building up a fucking defense.
He let out a
If I'm-
lot of rage on
If
this
I'm the
fight.
Chinese man, I call bullshit on it too, because hey, I wanted Billy to fight, not that.
Yeah, you
That's what I'm
just switch
saying.
a root
This
me.
could have been tossed out.
Yeah, you
I
tricked
teach
me.
and read.
Son of a bitch understands patterns.
My money was on somebody who can't read. You're giving me the opposite of that. Flop them around.
But yeah, they go in the back room, and Billy's like, I can't fight, and they're all like, yeah, he can't fight, but he has to fight, and that's where Scott and them are waiting on him, like, well, shit, man, like, I got you. And the guy's
love
like,
the
well,
part-
fight or you die, and Scott says, all right, I'll fight.
I love the
Yeah,
part when
didn't
he's
hit
like,
much.
he's bleeding internally. He has to get a doctor or he dies, and it's like these are fights to the death. I don't think these concerns are real. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
also
they keep
he's
saying we
fine.
need a doctor. He's like, I don't fucking
I
care
don't
about that.
care. Like, I
He's
don't know why
fine,
you
though.
say this.
He gets up and
He
he's
just
like,
killed
okay.
a man. You think that man gets a doctor? Like,
That man doesn't have insurance. We can't help these people.
We just kill
that's
him.
why we kill them. It's much easier.
We tell you guys to sign up with Affleck before you get here.
Yeah.
That's
No one
on you.
does.
We either kill them on the spot, or they live a life of crippling debt and kill themselves later on.
Yeah,
Like,
really, We're kind of the good guys here.
Yeah, any fighter that dies in the ring, they get $50,000 to their family.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, if Scott knew that, he
Well,
would have
that
killed
becomes
Billy
my
himself in the
concubine.
ring.
Yeah, well, let Billy go back in.
I'm not
Emmett's
gonna lie.
family,
I
right?
did think this film would end with Scott and Billy fighting.
Oh my
Each
god!
other? That would have been so cool.
Billy can't contain his rage because of the hits on the head again.
No, Scott. Billy, don't fight me.
You wouldn't
But then
like me
them
when I'm
breaking
angry.
out.
Wrong movie, Billy.
Them breaking out and killing all the Asian people.
Yeah, probably not the look they wanted to go for.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. They might have wanted to go for that look in
The
this
producer was like, okay, we have to draw a line probably there. Everything up to now, fine. Even the
been
slurs,
goated.
yeah, the slurs are fine. You just can't,
Slurs are fine.
you can't kill
movie.
that
Golden
many
shirt
of them.
or yellow skinned.
This is really graphic.
So, the fight does happen. Scott fights the East Coast champion, and it's pathetic.
He annihilates him.
Scott's doing backflips, roundhouse kicks.
That big
I
old
swear.
hulking rock is not doing a flip, but he does act like it in one shot.
It happens with him driving the Jeep too, where he's doing like a stunt in the Jeep, and it's someone completely different driving the Jeep. It
And
might
he
have been a
looks so
woman.
goofy driving that Jeep because his big hulking head.
He's too big
Like-
for a Jeep. Yeah,
But
but this
I'll buy
fight,
that for $1.
the fight lasts what, all of 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He
He annihilates him,
beats
man.
the shit out of this guy, does a bunch of flips, kicks him, then gets on his back and snaps his fucking neck.
Yep.
It's
Never
that Billy
knowing-
rage. He wasn't
Yeah.
gonna stop.
This is his
Like I
first
said-
fight too, so like,
Yeah,
he's not
he
even
had
like,
no idea.
yeah, he's not even
Fresh
calloused.
leg.
He just like entered the ring and decided to kill the East Coast champion's like, so hey, on the East Coast, we just gonna like fight to tap out, and he's like, no,
Yeah,
bud,
normally we wear gloves and spar, and he goes, "No, it's okay."
no, I
Hey
fit
man,
a
you
lot.
do you mind taking a picture with me after the fight? I want to send it to my kids. They love this shit.
Ooh.
Well, can you give me that address because I don't think you'll be readily available to provide that later.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well,
see.
So someone's gonna
see.
find out.
I get a whole thing planned.
Yeah, it'll be great. You'll love it.
The whole time he's beating him, he's like, shut up, Billy. You deserve this, Billy. Couldn't lead a normal life with my reporter girlfriend that I can't mention,
Spaghettios.
Billy.
Oh, come in the room on a Saturday night when I got a date over. You fucking
what?
asshole.
They couldn't have possibly known each other that well because the first thing she says is, "I'm a reporter." If they knew each other, he would have fucking known that already, right?
Well, the movie tells us otherwise.
I'm gonna fight on this one forever. I call
Well, wait till you go back and watch it, and you'll be like, "Fuck, I was wrong again. When did I miss it?"
When you guys get time, it's an hour, 12 minutes, and 35 seconds is the other part I was talking about. When they say something to each other and the closed captions just doesn't do it. Like, it's just like, yeah,
So
that.
much of that, man. I will look though, because this movie's weird, and I've enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it more.
Yeah. But yeah, he straight up just snaps this guy's neck, and that's when I felt like this movie got a little darker than it should have. He didn't need to kill that guy, and he did it so willfully.
I'm sorry,
I
it's
just
45
This whole-
seconds is when he actually says it.
This
But,
whole
sorry.
movie is what if friendship, but unethical.
Yeah,
You
what if
know?
what if plot points just happen for ethnic minorities to just kind of be killed
What-
off?
What if we were
And
made to look
Italians,
through the
I
eyes
guess.
of a narcissist who is manipulating an idiot to his betterment for buying back a bar of all the things in this world is to get a bar going again.
Yep. An oyster bar.
Oh my god, I loved it in the end. I was
Well-
like, ooh, that's gross. Ooh, Billy's making those oysters. Ooh.
Yeah, but before we get there, we can talk about how the movie ends in the club. So,
Best way to wrap up an ending ever.
yeah,
Tidy it up.
So Scott wins the fight easily. Costello goes up to the Asian man and says, "Give me my fucking money." Asian man says, "Kill them all." They all start
Smart.
shooting each other. They
Not
kill
smart.
each other. Mario jumps
played
in
out well.
front of bullets being fired at Billy, so you can tell the love is real there. I actually
Like
think
that
it was
bullet
just
would
in
have
front of him.
stopped Billy.
Yeah, I know, you idiot.
He's been shot before that got up.
You don't know you're bulletproof. He does.
Let him get hit again. He gets meaner.
Get behind me,
but-
Superman.
Billy doesn't pay a bit of attention to Mario after this happens. He's like,
He
oh,
doesn't care
okay.
about that dead body.
Lived and
Ed
learned.
Gein doesn't care about his victims.
Turns out he was playing him.
You foolish man, you fell in love with me.
So the
No,
Asian
not.
man almost gets away, but then Billy grabs him.
Oh my god!
This is where a
Squeezes
mice
the
and men
fucking
comes
life
in.
out of him.
He squeezes him so hard, you can even see the actor being like, "I'm kind of uncomfortable."
He's
with
like,
this right
holy
now."
shit, Lou Ferrigno's strong.
It's like a special needs kid petting a dog, man.
Yeah, to pet the rabbits, lady. I pet the rabbits.
You have to level up from that even. It's,
Billy, stop! Billy, that's enough.
No,
He's
Billy.
already dead, Scott.
But what I don't understand is Scott just broke a man's neck for no
Yeah, I
apparent
know.
reason.
Who is he,
Scott-
the judge?
Yeah.
Scott also shot like 10 people. Like, he immediately
Yep.
grabbed. I don't even. Scott wouldn't even know all the players. Like Lucky and Billy.
Well,
He
no, that
literally
cop was
grabbed
there
his
to tell him
pistol.
everything.
He started shooting immediately. He
Yeah, but
literally
that cop had
grabbed-
already informed him, kill A, B, C, D, E.
If
Like, he
they're
got the whole
Asian or
backstory.
Italian, is what he told him because he just started blasting.
I'm a cop, remember. I know, you keep telling me.
Yeah, you've said it a lot, Tiger Joe. But the weird thing is they don't act like there's no animosity between him and Tony and Mario, even though they killed Mimi and set all that up and burned the bar.
I
They're
know.
just like they're all cool with each other at this point. Unfortunately, though, Tony dies, Mario dies, and then Billy picks up the Asian man and breaks him, squeezes the life out of him.
Like
You
a
think?
broken
You
Chinese
see,
toy.
he's definitely
You think?
not dead.
So
Oh,
right,
God.
right before and right as the police are getting there, Tiger Joe picks up the suitcase of money because it's just our heroes left, and he says,
my
"Hey,
God.
you guys are building a bar, right?
Here you go."
Here's $500,000."
He's $1 million, but hold on, we
Oh,
need
yeah,
to go
it's-
back a little. He does this
Oh,
with
so-
the police in the room.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
I
The
know,
police
they're all
end up
around.
getting in there, and by the time he throws them the money, the police are watching it
So-
like you can't do
He
that.
Okay.
made him an accessory.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot because this part cracked me up. I thought it was going to be Mission Impossible style. The police get there and they're all gone,
No,
and
they're
they've
all
left
gone.
with some money.
Yeah.
But the next scene is him standing there with all the police behind him, and he goes, "Here's the cash."
This movie subverts expectations. There's been
Yeah.
a few things where we're like, I thought this was going to happen.
You're right though. That
Mm.
I thought for sure that like because he mentions the money right before the police get there, and it goes to the next scene of the police being in
he's
there. And
still
you're like, oh,
talking
they're all
about it.
gone.
They're all gone with
Ninja
money.
Turtle style. Yeah, everything's like clear. It's just gonna be the police officer there being like, all right, guys, I'm working this. I don't know where the money went, but we'll work the rest of it. Nope. They're all there running through the scene, and he's like, here's the money, guys.
He scratched my CD in broad daylight. He did it in broad daylight. Yeah. Everybody there. Yeah.
Jesus.
Everybody
Maybe
there.
they thought the way he did it, they thought, well, like it can't be illegal because he did it in front of everyone. Like,
Yeah.
That just makes it more
Was he
legal.
stupid?
It was, yeah. Best way to end a film ever. How do we deal with this? Just have them all shoot each other. Why? It doesn't.
It
doesn't
doesn't.
matter.
Watching this
Doesn't
movie
matter.
is like getting a concussion in slow motion.
We get to feel how Billy felt.
By the end, you're not sure who you are, but kind of like the ride a bit, you know? 'cause
Yeah,
Maybe
just-
death.
you're better for it.
Like,
I
going
died at the
back to
beginning of
movies,
this
I'm
film.
like, it's a fucking mess. But my God.
It was an enjoyable mess.
Yeah, it's weird because he's hugging on the reporter lady a lot. And at the very end, before they leave the bar scene, or before they leave the Fight Club scene, the Asian man starts to kind of move a little bit. What's up with
So,
that?
Sequel.
there's a sequel, and he is a villain in the sequel,
Oh
which-
my.
Oh,
which cracks me up because that means
Yeah, I
somehow
like that
Billy
one.
falls for it again.
Well, that I understand.
I know, but it also means he takes advantage of Billy again. Like, just the whole
Well,
thing.
that I understand. Where's Billy taking advantage of them?
You know?
well,
Me like you, Killy.
I did not realize they'd bring him back. I just thought they were making him move just because it was funny.
Nope. Well, that's probably, you know what? Who knows?
A
It all
bit of this,
works.
bit of that.
Not the cage. Cage.
And then the next scene is them running their bar. Oyster bar.
Cut to Tom Cruise at Cocktails movie.
Come on, Billy. Put those people down.
Hey,
Oh,
Billy,
God,
fuck that
no.
shit.
Really? No.
But that's the end of the movie with some really awful music playing at the end.
Oh my god, the music's
I want
throughout
to say
the
the
film.
music throughout all this is like
A lot of
generic
saxophone.
karaoke, CCR. They have Up Around the Bend, but it's not. And then there's another
It is.
song that sounds like, I think, Land of a Thousand Dances. And then there's another one that sounds like a bit of a hint of Pink Floyd, but it's not. There, a lot of it all sounds like recorded in like a tin silo though, so it's very weird.
Well, like I said, I switched over from YouTube to Amazon because I thought the sound was off on YouTube. No.
And the music in the background would play a whole song throughout the whole scene, but it's so disorienting because it was recorded differently.
Yeah, it was, and it would throw off the volume like on your TV to where you turn it up really loud and be like, I don't know what they're saying right now. But you can hear bad music.
Billy! Billy!
Get him, Billy. Billy's a kid.
Billy, put him down! Billy, put him down!
But that's the movie.
Yeah.
I think this is usually when we score these things.
Yes.
Is that how we do? How do we do? Matt, you're better
Yeah.
at that stuff.
So we don't score it on the quality of the film because that just varies way too much and is not favorable
damn
to
it.
some of these films. So instead, we look at enjoyability, characters, does it do the thing, which is pretty open ended, and just general if there's anything special about the film.
Like big takeaways.
Yeah, I've been thinking about adding the bullshit meter back that we did for
That one can be
Murder,
so
She
hard
Wrote.
at times.
It can be so hard, and I feel like that's just doesn't do the thing as well, though.
Yeah.
So- Well, why
The
getting this?
believability factor.
I need
right?
you guys to pull up the movie at an hour, 12 minutes, and like 36 seconds, because I just want you to try to understand what he says.
on YouTube,
No,
An
on
hour
Prime.
and what?
on Prime.
Hour, 12 minutes, and 36 seconds. You'll be listening for like 10 seconds, but it'll give you the whole conversation. Make sure you have subtitles on.
Okay.
It's worth it. I can pick out most of the sentence, but I don't know.
Give it a big boom.
Did you have the-
Interesting.
Did you have the captions on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Decipherable.
It's like he blew raspberries into his stomach. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I didn't have subtitles on the first time I rewinded and put them on. It was just like, oh, okay. So like,
I think I
don't-
remember that scene
I'm not
because I was sitting
supposed
there
to know.
watching. I was like, "My life is on the line, Mario," and that's like they make it seem like we should care because they put themselves in a position where their life is in line, and they're like, "It's on this fucking idiot. It's not our fault."
But we're gonna start with Brett, I guess. Enjoyability, Brett.
We do these out of 10, right?
Yeah, and you usually do weird numbers.
I just don't do whole numbers. Enjoyability, I think, is like a 9.2 out of 10.
My God, that's a good number.
I think this was a very enjoyable movie.
For a 9.2.
All right, Brandon, you're gonna drop like a 10 on us, and you're gonna think you're so great.
No, I'm just saying. After I get my number, is Matt gonna fucking oil me up?
Not
Is it a
not after
9.2
you
or
did
higher?
this shit.
I'm nagging you, bitch. Oh, you know what? Oh, fuck, this one's hard because who knows what and like I said, it's weird that it's Book of Henry but enjoyable. So I do give it I'll give it an 8.
8 solid.
An 8?
8
Yeah.
solid. I'm actually gonna give it a 7, just because I'm thinking about the beginning of this film again, and the beginning was miserable. So like the first
But
20
I
minutes
think
of this film sucked for me.
That's
It made it work in a way, though.
That's true.
Wow, you guys went way lower on this than I thought. I thought this movie is like one of those most rewatchable kind of like bad.
mean, it
movies
is in a
I've
way.
seen in a while.
It is.
I mean, 8's still pretty solid.
8 is pretty good. That's
On a
pretty good right
9.2.
there. That's my buddy Matt.
9.2.
Yeah.
Characters. I'm gonna give it a 10. I think the characters in this film between Tiger Joe, Billy, Scott, Lucky,
God damn
Mario,
it.
the whole crew.
Costello.
I'm going
yeah.
9.
This is
I'm
actually one
going
of the
9.
few films we've watched where I've remembered a lot of the character names, which
I know.
makes zero sense because
Except for the Asian.
I remember
Yeah,
some
well.
of their nicknames out of nowhere. He goes, Lucky, that's my other name. It's not really brought up but maybe one other time, but I
Yeah.
remember because I was like, I'm lucky to have watched this with you all.
And don't forget about Diablo. and,
Diablos. Even better, Diablos.
Yeah, so-
Burn, bitch, burn, Mimi.
Why do I remember the character?
I think even the reporter's name was like Tiger something, wasn't it? Tiger
Oh,
Sue
Scott
or something
Tiger
like
Joe
that.
Jr.
all the
Are you
Asian
sure?
people were Tiger.
I'm gonna look up the reporter's name.
Tiger Sarah.
Tiger businessman. Tiger fighter.
Tiger Don.
Tiger D.
I'm just Tiger. Is that
Hold
you,
on.
Steven?
Are you sure that her name was not Tiger something?
God,
I thought
I
it was.
hope it's not Tiger. Tiger
Let's see,
Lily.
Cass.
There's no fucking way.
Please don't be for all our...
Never mind.
She might not have a name.
It's not.
Does,
Damn it.
does she have a name?
Is it Morgan?
That's a good name.
Yeah, it's Morgan.
Yeah. Okay, so what it is the guy that played Chang, his name was Tiger Chung Lee.
Holy shit, that's an
So-
awesome name. Brandon, characters.
I'll give it a 9.
That's solid. And then, Brett, you just want me to, like, just hit random things on the keyboard, or...
8.5, asshole.
Press the buttons as if you were Billy.
Everyone knows it's a rookie move to give round numbers.
That's... Does it do the... What is the saying of this film?
Yes.
If you have to ask, you don't get it. You know what I mean?
Thunder, man.
Is it watch Billy kill
Simple
people?
Jack.
Because we only get to do that
It's-
twice.
It's the Vietnam vets, making sure we sympathize with them.
Did we?
Understanding that minorities are evil.
A lot of
That
racial
is-
slurs.
Slurs are okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yours are better than okay. Also, you stupid. In fact,
He said out of love.
yeah, and that's the thing. This movie, it's weird what it's trying to do because it's like I treat you like shit, but also I care about you, Billy.
I would say what separates this from like Book of Henry is the fact that Book of Henry did not do the thing,
This is
and
enjoyable.
this did the thing.
yeah.
Or no, maybe Book of Henry did do the thing, and that's what made it so unenjoyable. Because it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
thing?
that's
You know,
not the
I've been
thing.
telling more people about that movie lately. Just
Book
'cause I'm
of
like-
Henry?
I was explaining it to a coworker, and he's like, "Well, can you break it down real quick?" I was like, "All right." And then I ran over it, and he was like, "Okay, so you're telling me that it's not a sad or a bad movie?" I'm like, "That's the fucking thing, man. You would think." And they knew
Don't
it going
know.
into it. They put too many things in there. Too many. The execution on it, it didn't
It's
do
a
the thing.
feel-good Disney-ish movie.
I explained it to a group of friends, and when I got to the child molestation and all that, he's like, so is it like an exploitation film? Like a weird snuff film? I don't know what you're going. I'm
This
like,
guy
no.
was like,
You think
I
that?
can't watch movies like that. They make me sad. I'm like, don't worry, this won't make you sad.
No, well, there's the part where you watch a
Might make
lady's
you
kid
sad you
die in
lost
her
some
arms.
time.
Even that wasn't sad. It was just weird.
Yeah. That,
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Because it was like 5 minutes before we had what's her name? What's that actress's name? Like showing her boobs to him pretty
Sarah
much.
Sarah
Silverman.
Silverman.
Yeah, yeah.
I was explaining all of this, and I'm like, don't worry, you're not going to get sad. And
Yeah.
if so, there's
Me
something fucking
explaining
wrong
this
with you.
film doesn't do justice. I don't know why they make any of the decisions they do in Book of Henry.
So honestly, Book of Henry did the thing 10 out of 10. Its enjoyability was
In the
a 1 out
gutter.
of 10. Yeah.
I don't know if it did the thing.
also, its
It did.
characters were
It
also
did the
in
thing.
the gutter.
The thing is
What
just
is
not
that
something.
thing? Can you explain that thing? Because I don't know if it knew the thing.
That
it just
thing
said,
is-
keep putting it on. But it also said, I'm going to make you sad. And in no time during that movie
I don't
did
think it
feel
was trying to make
sad.
us sad. I think it
Oh,
was-
oh, you can't watch a kid die of cancer in his mom's arms and not think that should be sad. Oh, the little girl's getting molested? This isn't sad. It's weird.
Everything
Fair
about
enough.
that film is just gross.
Wrong.
I feel
wrong.
weirder talking about that film than this film, and this film crosses a lot of lines.
I
You're
agree.
right. You're right. You're right. And somehow it shouldn't, but it does. It's way
It far
worse.
surpasses it.
Yeah, 100%. That film's fucked up. I don't want to talk about that movie anymore. I don't like that movie.
Steve, we put a
It's
hex
just-
on this conversation.
You know what
Yeah,
that film is?
anyways.
Hold on, it's what Brett said earlier. It's an artist saying like this needs to make you feel something. That's what Book of Henry is. You need to feel
I think
something
that's
by watching this.
maybe
Oh, yeah, where it's
you can't
telling
use
you
the
that you're
word
supposed to-
artist.
Yeah.
You can't use the word artist in
No,
that.
but that's what we're saying, though. Like someone trying to create art and saying, this is what you should feel.
Well, I know.
you
All
have
I'm
to
saying
feel
is you don't get
sad.
to say the word artist. You don't
Oh,
get to
yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
I do think
This
we
is
should
how a
gatekeep
Billy-
artists from that.
A Billy artist comes onto the scene. It's like, you feel this way.
God, it's so bad.
I'm telling you, I was
But-
explaining to him the whole time. He's just laughing. He's like, man, this sounds sad as fuck. Why would I want to watch this? I'm like, dude, do not worry.
Trust
if there's
me.
a tear, it's because you're laughing hard. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you
Even
actually like it, I don't like you as a person.
Even, even that movie was hard to laugh at because it was so awkward the whole time.
It was like, this is bad, but also like, why?
What did we score that movie, Matt? Do you have that somewhere?
No, so it's funny. I'm pretty sure we switched to scoring more right after that film because we had such a hard
did.
time just talking about that film at the end.
Yeah.
Like it was. I don't know. That film sucked. I don't know why we're still talking about it. I hate it. I
Yeah.
think
Well, did
That's the reason.
out on the
did
does-
this movie do the thing?
what is the fucking thing for this film though? I feel like I'm gonna give it a 7. So it did.
I'm gonna go 8 because it's stupid and whatever its thing is, it tries, but it's fucking hilarious in doing it.
I am gonna say if you call the thing what it intended to do, it's gonna be like a. You know what I mean?
I think the
That's-
thing is
I-
what
I'm
you
not doing
intend
that,
for
though.
it.
That's
How
not
do-
fair.
Yeah, it is because a bad movie's never gonna, you can't quantify it like that.
That's what I'm gonna say though. Like I don't think it did the thing at all, and that's what makes it good. We're supposed to sympathize with Vietnam vets.
I
And
feel like we are making the system even more confusing. Now the thing
I
is a
love
different
it.
thing, and I don't even know.
that's the
thing.
whole point of this. So I would say it was a 5.3 on doing the thing.
Got it.
What the fuck is that? A 5.3. God
It just
damn
feels
it.
right.
I'm gonna put in notes. What the hell was the thing?
And what
Exactly.
was Brett talking about? You know,
What do you mean? No, because you can
Great.
tell what this movie was trying to do.
you're
It
the new
couldn't do
Billy.
it.
And Tiger Joe. There we go. Got our notes in.
Hey, I'm a cop.
But I think the fact
Worse. It's the worst fucking character. This guy's an undercover cop. You got me.
Hey.
It's like, do you what? You don't want to fight that
Right
Tiger
there.
Joe? You got me.
like that's what you say. Fucking prove it, man. Instead of yeah, I'm a cop.
Can you radio in for your cop buddies to save us? Oh no,
You can
We
tell
gotta
by
shoot a
my-
radio.
My unregulated hair and mustache that I'm a cop. They would definitely let someone that looks like that wear a uniform.
Well, I'm an undercover. I went so extreme. I
I
decided.
think he
to-
became undercover like
Moved
a
up
few
a
days
lot.
ago.
Yeah, he's been
he's-
feeding them information.
Didn't we see him in a cop car
Oh,
looking like that?
No, we know how long he's been undercover. It's been 2 years.
3 years at least.
Or 2 or 3, yeah. They mentioned how
Yeah.
long.
He
Which
blew
is
it way
absurd.
through my gas.
Because they just hold these fights in the middle of like this building like once a week. Like this isn't a hard
This
thing
is a
to do.
Rockefeller Center.
He's the worst cop of all time. Then
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
probably
It's
sent
like
him here to die.
eventually, I just became addicted to watching.
I just wanted to watch him die.
I
And then you
just-
came along, Billy.
Hey, Billy,
Yeah.
come here.
This is our lowest rated film of the 3 that we've done this new review format on. But that's not fair because the other 2 was Commando and Royal Tenenbaums. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
This is a good one though.
Not
I've
bad for a
watched
Matt
it
pick.
times.
That's why I'm surprised you all went so low on enjoyability.
Well, it's also still fresh. Like this could build from here, or it could go down. Will it turn into Miami Connection? I don't know.
No,
Oh,
because
man, I
there's
wanna
not
watch that again.
music.
There's music.
Yes. Friends forever.
I feel like My Morning Jacket took their
on,
studio mixing like ideas from this. They're like, how can we make it sound purely enriched in reverb in a grain silo? Let's take our cues from Cage, not the Cage.
Cage, 1989.
That's right,
Or
Jim
not
James.
Nick Cage.
Just cagey.
All right, well that was a good one. Do we know what we're doing next?
I think it's your pick, Brother. I think it's your pick.
It is your pick, Brett.
I'm pretty sure I picked Commando and Royal Tenenbaums.
There's no way you picked Royal Tenenbaums.
I did.
So
Hack
I
and
had a few
Guidance.
ideas because I haven't watched that new Francis Ford Coppola Metropolis film yet, or Megalopolis. Is that it?
Yeah.
It looks like shit that might be good, and it's divided people. So I thought about that one. But if not, we might be on another territory here. I just got to dig around a bit. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean that movie looks. I've not watched it yet, and it seems like it could be one of those that people might like, is what I hear. But it looks like shit. It does.
Okay. That works.
It's either that or
I
scary movie.
am down.
This is where we have a sign off, by the way.
Okay.
That's your thing, Brandon.
See now, Matt. See. All right. Well, listeners, thank you for listening, and
Hi, Mom.
there's people in Bangkok. No, it's just Billy.
You know what? If you can edit this part out, we should do a sign off that's just a quote from the film. Would that work? I know we're like recording right now. Can we edit this part? I mean, I think for this film it should be, I died a long time ago.
You died a long time ago. Okay, Billy. Yeah, we should start, because I think if we keep it under 15 seconds, we can just take a quote like that and paste it in here. That would be a pretty good one. I died a long time ago. Even how he says it sounds so sad and like this. Whereas like he
I don't
really
even think
isn't
he was
that smart.
acting. I think that was just
No,
Lou
he's
Ferrigno.
really like
Yeah.
life hard for Bill.
I lift heavy
But
weights
all
at times.
right, thank you everybody for listening. We're gonna come back. It might be Megalopolis. Is that right, guys?
Yarr.
And if not, we'll dig around. You know us, randomness.
Cool.
All right.